Yo, wagwan my people, it's your boy Jay Saguna. We're in the building again with some more live content. Yes, people, it's the JGTV Football Weekly Show. Yes, and we are going to just check in with numerous things all concerning Jamaica's football at the current moment. You know, we are counting down people. September the 6th is not far off. It's not far off at all. All right, the level sound nice. The level sounds nice. That's good. All right, yeah. So we're counting down people. September the 6th, right around the corner. As you know, or you might not know, in 2 days' time, we will be getting the squad for the Nations League matches upcoming. So Cuba and Honduras for us this time around. So yeah, we're looking forward to that on Friday. But for today, this is what's going to be on the docket, people. We're going to be doing our Reggae Boyz squad check. Yes, we have a team to be picked in 2 days, or a few days, I should say. And when that happens, we're going to know what this coach is all about, because I do think that we have a lot of players, and you're going to find out today in this show, that haven't really been getting the most joy at club level in terms of playing time. So we're going to check out all of those things. We're definitely going to touch on the Jamaica Under-14 victory in the CFU Challenge Series, and also the press conference. I had the pleasure of attending that press conference, dropping a question or a few as well. So yeah, and check that out on JFF's YouTube page. They had the full press conference there, but we're just going to touch on that as well in the show. And we're going to also discuss the game yesterday in the Concacaf Caribbean Cup. We had Mount Pleasant taking on Arnett Gardens at Sabina Park. Of course, you know, Theodore Tappa Whitmore took over the team and was facing Xavier Gilbert's Arnett Gardens. Of course, Arnett, as you know, coming off of the back, coming off of the victory in the CFU Shield. So yeah, they came into this game with some games under their belt, and of course, Mount Pleasant, having played last week, falling to Cavalier in Sabina Park. So we're gonna discuss that match as well. So yeah, the show is gonna stretch hopefully for about, I would say, few hours, and once that happens, we're gonna get off and yeah, enjoy some time with the family tonight. So different time for me, you know. As I said, people, it's a family thing. So we're not really sure when during the run of the day we're gonna really get a chance for forward out with the content. So today we'll find a time and we'll start to do the content now, Zine. So just gonna share this a few more places, because I know people might not know that I'm on. I know they should know, because they should have on the notification and whatnot, but sometimes, you know, I overstand maybe people not really checking in fully. So I'm just gonna send this to a few more places. And while I'm doing that, people, you know the YouTube business, you have to like the video, you have to share the video for me as well, and you have to subscribe to the channel if you're brand new. As a matter of fact, I want to adjust something here on this video, because I do believe that if you want to speak to me while I'm doing this content, you should have subscribed. So we are going to do that. So yeah, once you sub, you can be a part of the conversation in the comment section. See? Yeah, man. So again, respect and thanks to all the subscribers of the channel. We're really appreciative of where we are and the growth that we are making, and we know that it will continue to happen once we keep on putting in the work, which I fully intend to do. Zine? So let's jump right into it, people. The first thing I want to talk about today is the Jamaica Under-14 CFU and the press conference which happened today. So as I said, I had the pleasure of being in there, listening. I took some notes down. Just want to tell you guys a little bit about what they were saying. First, we got remarks from the president, Mr. Ricketts. He was just basically praising the implementation of the TDS program. Of course, we are one of 25 nations to receive the support from FIFA in the implementation and running of the program. And basically, it's for ages, I think it's 11 to 15 or 12 to 15. And it's just a way to kind of scout for, you know, the best talent at those age groups and have training sessions with them at the Center of Excellence. They were doing this with this Under-14 group and actually the current Under-15 group since about January. So they've been working with a lot of players, you know, and the president was just very appreciative and thankful for that program and what it has been able to achieve so far. Again, it was implemented in January. And basically, he said he couldn't say enough about, I just saw it float. There, I watch it out of the corner of my eye here. I'm going to say Wimbledon I celebrate, but to be honest with you, I never see when Omari taking penalty. But I see where the first man for Ipswich miss. Okay, so Omari must be the next one now. Yeah, see it, yeah. I see it now float. Just rewind the thing. I turn to the next game after I see this. Channel Star. And Omari is one of the positives that I had in the pool of players we can select from. Oh, try go down the middle, but him never put it right in the middle. This is the only game should still be going, the Newcastle game. Yeah, I see it. I just see it float. I just see it. I'm bless up the people who there. Chorus, big up yourself. Coffee, tea, you are going, yo. If you know about the latest in the dancehall space, yeah, man, give Coffee Tea a subscription. Foundation, brother, that people. Ideal Football, bless up yourself. Say our next foundation, brother, yeah. Bianco Neri, boss. Him not a channel to subscribe to, but I boss that, man. Big up yourself, Every time, my brother. Every time. Up Caribbean rivers and seas or go on. Yo, what's the reason behind that name, Caribbean rivers and seas? Yo, it's a history. Like why you choose that name? Let me know. Bless up Nitro, or go on. Blessings float. Yeah, missed the penalty. Nitro say Omari missed MG Sports TV celebrate. For real, Nitro. Yes, him might do some fist pump, I don't believe that. Stop going so Nitro. Still funny though. Oh, Biggs G, go on, my brother. Yo, we're out, Jamaica football discussion today. We're gonna touch few topics in the scene, Try see how the player them look going into the window. Tycoon, bless up, bless up every time, brother. See, Barca get a win yesterday. Big up, Kevin. Omari miss was karma for turning down Reggae Boyz. Big up, Demarai, Wagwan. Yeah, man, flag them out. September 6th. Will the pot cover be making an appearance September 6th, Dema? Or you can't make that one this time? Let me know. Come on, now go work for me again, star. That burn me, people. All right, so big up the people in the building, but let me get back to what I was talking about. Just the press conference today, the CFU Challenger Series press conference. After Mr. Ricketts spoke, basically just very congratulatory and thankful for the work of the TDS program. Mr. Chung then gave some words, basically echoing what he said. He definitely said that the program was extremely beneficial as well. Yeah, so that was pretty much the gist of what Mr. Chung had to say. Just basically highlighted a lot of the things that this current administration would have overseen. So he mentioned the 2 World Cups for the women, Nations League finals appearance, just all the positives, leaving out the negatives, which obviously this was a celebratory press conference. So we're not to beat them for that, but somebody that I do know, and I have to give him his credit for this. He mentioned, where was the press conference after the U20, and where were some of the other press conferences after the other youth tournaments we have had. So, it just goes to show, they're capable of doing these things. So we definitely need to ask about these things in the future as well, because I thought I got a lot of useful information in this press conference today. But yeah, we need to do it not only when we we have done well and won a trophy, we need to also do it when we haven't done so well, so we can analyze and critically, just dissect what would have went wrong to try to correct it in the future. Today, I must say, for the first time in a while, we got to see the technical director make an appearance. So that was I wouldn't say surprising, but that was good to see. So Downswell basically said, he wants to ensure for the next couple of years we have optimum level of preparation with eyes on the U17s. Now, of course, the U17s will be every year now. So it is basically, it's time to really start to get that conveyor belt going, because each age group year you're going to have different players coming through. So you need to have those players still working, even though it's not their time for the U17. You have to have them preparing, playing similar players from different age groups. And I think it won't be too hard in the current atmosphere of international football. If all the countries know that they're going to be doing the U17 every year, then all the countries will be having their age group split up accordingly as well. So I think we'll be able to get some matches and friendlies, at least in the Concacaf region, just for the sheer sake of maybe not being able to travel so far all the time. But yeah, I think they should be able to implement that moving forward. And that was my main concern. I know right now we have the TDS program, we have FIFA in, but the TDS program is not an indefinite program. So my question towards Mr. Downswell, when I had a chance to ask, was just how confident he was of implementing whatever they're implementing now. I mean, I know obviously without the resources, it won't be able to be done the exact same way, but at least they should be able to follow a blueprint and tailor it to what their resources can handle. You know what I'm saying? So that was my main concern. I want to see this continue. Downswell did give credit as well, which we heard about before. He did say that the program has started pretty much from January 2024. It was 2 per week that they were getting these kids into the center to have these sessions, and then it gradually increased to 4 per week as the year progressed. He did mention by name the coaches that are working with them there. Stefan Ovre, who we've heard before, Lewin Purser, who was actually the assistant to Andrew Peart on this trip to Trinidad recently in the Challenge Series, and Sasha Dunn. He said that she's an admin/coach, so she's an administrator, plus has some coaching duties to do as well. And then Robert Beckford, I believe, was the physio, if I'm not mistaken. So they are taking this thing seriously in terms of support staff. When it comes on to this TDS program, they have a coach and assistant, an admin/coach, and also a physio. So they do have everything in place to run sessions, which is good. He also made mention of the 4 scouts that Jamaica are now using, or the JFF TDS program is using to, find the players that they deem, the elite players that can come and be assessed at these TDS sessions. So, of course, Paul Maxwell, Kieran Berry, Marlon Hilton, and Lee Craft Letman. Those were the 4 names, right? So, the JFF trying to at least streamline the process a bit more. If I had more time, I would have asked, where exactly those people are tasked with. I know that Paul Maxwell himself has said it a few times on various platforms. So I'll have to just find where that was said. And I will get back to you on what territories they all have. Or if anybody in the comment section has some knowledge of it, you can drop it in there as well. Yeah, so remember, people, I give you the proper information. I take my notes and, I take this thing serious, people. So just for me, I beg you, just drop a like on the video. It's really, really important to like the video, people. But they are giving us some information and entertain, just drop a like on the video, people. That's the easiest and best thing you can do. Zine? Yeah. All right. So basically, he was giving a insight into the process, right? So he said that the U15s, which would be 2009s, and the U14s, which are 10s and 11s for the most part, they started out with like 70 players coming in, and they whittled down all the various groups and ages down to 25 for each age group, right? So another thing that I thought was very good was that both the 15s and the 14s had some overseas travel and games and competition prior to any real games, or not real games, but prior to like going to the Challenger Series, and the U15s next year will have their Concacaf tournament. They went to Sweden with the U15s. Andrew Peart went with them, and then the U14s went to Cayman prior to the CFU Challenge Series, and I thought that was excellent to hear. A lot of times, we know that we're underprepared in terms of just training, but I think more than the Nitro, more than the Nitro, forget to mess, John Nitro, that can make the funny. Believe me. What was I saying now? Oh yeah, more than training, being underprepared. I always think that we don't play enough games with the teams, right? So the fact that they made trips playing and preparing with the teams, that was wonderful, 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 wonderful. So he did also mention that the TDS, I guess it must be on some kind of break right now, which is fine because people have them things to do. I believe the head coach or technical coach up there does manage a national team right now, so more than likely in this window he'll have to handle his duties with that. But he did say mid-September they will resume the TDS, and they're going to start implementing 2012 youngsters into this new batch now, to try to get prepared for down the road as well. So 2012, that means we're talking like 12 years old, 11 years old. So again, I just love the fact that they're trying to do something, right? They're doing something. That's great. We ask them to do things, and we have to at least give them the credit when them at least do things. I heard Ryan saying similar earlier, like, look, him is the belt buckle person, but if him say good, him now go just don't say nothing about it. So I agree with those sentiments wholeheartedly, Ryan LFC, believe me. Yeah, so then Coach Peart gave his remarks, and one thing I will say, like, I can see why he's one of the ones who would be teaching courses on the coaching, because I do think that he has a very clear way of speaking, measured in his words and what he's saying. So I could see him being an effective educator, because he's a pretty good communicator as far as I'm concerned. So, he basically mentioned his main objective, apart from winning, obviously, because you want to win, was just trying to define or implement or basically figure out the answer to the question, how do we see a Jamaican team playing, right? And how many times we have shows on these YouTube space where we're talking about Jamaican football, where style of play comes up, how we play, do we have a style? So the fact that that was one of his main objectives, I thought was very, very eye-opening, and I think pleasing to me when I heard it. Yeah, he had another line that I really liked. He said one of his philosophies is intentions over execution. And I think at this age group, the under 15, the under 17, the under 14, at any youth level, you want to make sure that you're not. We have to temper what we're upset about. So if they're playing out of a press and trying to make a triangle to play out the press, and the second stage of that triangle, miscontrol the ball, and the team end up getting the ball and get a shot on goal, you can still applaud the intention, right? Because the player who started that triangle could have easily just booted the ball up the pitch, and we're trying to win a 10% chance of a long pass. If you try to execute this triangle, the 1, 2, 3, and you get out of this space, then the game opens up and you have multiple options to go ahead and attack. So you shouldn't really beat the man who didn't execute that one touch pass to complete the triangle, and it was intercepted, and now we're under pressure. The intention is what we need to highlight and we need to praise. So I like that he made mention of that, because I think too often one of the reasons why our players tend to revert to that long ball strategy is the fear of the cussing or the ridicule for the mistake. And I just feel like we need to applaud the intention more. So I agree so much with when he said intentions over execution. Such a true statement when you're coaching at this formative age. Because you never know how the PTSD kick in with these players, from what they remember, and what they remember being labeled as a mistake that's just so egregious. You cannot do that, So you have to be careful what you plant, the seeds that you plant, you know. Another thing that he said that 10 of the 20 boys who actually went to this trip trained in the TDS program. So, you know, not all the players who were there have been a part of this TDS program. He would have come in and maybe had some more players that he recruited himself, or whatever the case was. You know, I really would love to have a longer discussion with Mr. Peart one day to just kind of pick his brain on how they really formulated this team. You know, I got an idea and a glimpse, but there were still some holes in it. And I, you know, obviously I couldn't ask more than one or two questions. So, you know, it is what it is. I will try to figure out that information down the road. He said the biggest positive was that seeds were sown in regards to a way of playing. He mentioned that on the last goal in the 7-1 final victory, it was about 13 passes prior to the goal. You know, because he did say that while we know that we have these physical attributes of speed and strength and things of that nature, we have to exhibit a bit more patience on the ball, which I totally agree with as well. All right. So basically, I got a chance to ask a few questions. I told you earlier, I asked Downswell if, you know, how does he see, how positive is he about implementing the TDS program once it ends in a couple of years. And he said, well, you know, with what he's learning now, what the federation is learning now, he's confident that they'll be able to implement the TDS program down the road as well, because they would have had, you know, obviously, and I'm paraphrasing, but they would have had the blueprint to get this stuff this stuff up and running, get it going, and, you know, they're seeing the benefit of it in the results on the field. And I did ask Mr. Peart how long he had the team, basically, and I just wanted him to make some more sense of the 10 of the 20 that went to Cayman, which I just explained. And he said that he had the team, basically started working with them like late April, early May. So he would have had the team for like a few months under his tutelage. Everything prior to that would have been their work with the TDS program under the tutelage of the coaches I named earlier. So, yeah, that was pretty much the rundown of the press conference for the most part. There were some other questions asked, of course. And again, I encourage all of you to go to JFF Live and watch the entirety of that press conference, because it was a good learning lesson in terms of getting some more information, background knowledge of how the program has been working, what they have been doing. So yeah, that was very informative, and that is the segment on the U14. Again, we just want to say big up to them. Well done. You know, we need to, as a fan base, you know, just take a few deep breaths. Yes, we won the CFU tournament, but we definitely know that there's another level and another another step up the ladder to go when we're talking about facing the perennial favorites in the youth football in CONCACAF, when we're talking about the Central American teams, the US, the Canada, and teams of those nature. We need to make sure that we need to see these players and this crop of players playing against those opposition as well, because I think when you get to that level, you know, yes, we did have some players that I'm sure our opposition would be saying, you know, I want to see their birth papers and all these things. But, you know, that translates only to a point. If a team is technically good enough, you know, you can't just bulldoze your way to the wins. So, you know, that strategy was one that we went to at times. And I think that's a part of why when I was saying things like, boy, I can actually see this team trying to play, people were kind of saying I'm going too far with it. But look, I don't think it's going to look the way we all would want it to ideally look so quickly. But I can say that in terms of where the positions I see in the midfielders, especially taking up, trying to get open and get on the ball, you know, as I said before, they still have that PTSD of, okay, we have to go long if we're under too much pressure. And of course, having the strikers and the big forwards we had, it was a tactic that was working at times. So they did go direct at times. But I still feel like just the positions I saw people on the field taking up and the times when they did pass the ball, I could at least see a pretty clear pattern and way they wanted to move the ball through the thirds. So that to me is progress, and that is why I was feeling so happy about what I was seeing. Now again, how will that translate at the next level when the reaction time needs to be improved for each player? We will find out. We will find out. But until then, we can still give them some credit for trying to play a certain way and in the end getting the results that got us the trophy in the Caribbean. So we move, and kudos to everybody working with that TDS program, Ovray, Mr. Purser, Don, and Beckford, all the staff up there and the scouts as well. Keep on doing the good work, and keep us filled in on what's going on as well. So yeah, we will keep looking out, and I'll keep providing updates as I get them to the people. All right, so that is the U14 and the press conference today. Now the next order of business on the docket for the program is to just discuss what took place yesterday at Sabina Park, and it was Arnett and Mount Pleasant, and as you see on the screen, it ended in a 2-1 game. So Mount Pleasant, under the guidance of Theodore Tappa Whitmore, making his return to Mount Pleasant. There was a hilarious picture. I think it was on Instagram with Peter Gould, like the back of Peter Gould head and Tappa walking up, and yeah man, the captions for that, them should have like a caption contest, who have the best caption. Yeah man, I just thought that was a hilarious picture, So yeah man, you have to draw back for the king for win a match, So as you can see on the screen, Mount Pleasant defeated Arnett Gardens 2-1. Goals from Jashan Anglin in the 33rd, Shea Smith with the equalizer in the 54th, and Kimoni Bailey in the 81st minute, giving Mount Pleasant the victory. So on this day, people, I thought that, both teams had their chances at times. I think Arnett Gardens in stretches looked like they were the more likely after the equalizer. But I do think that Arnett Gardens, and I did hear Xavier Gilbert say this after the game, which I totally agreed with him when he said, because the game was going the way it was going, and it felt like Arnett was going to get the next goal, they started to get a bit loose. I remember one play in particular, their centre back just continuing to advance with the ball until he got closed down, lost the ball, and if it wasn't for the post, Nicholas Nelson would have scored to make it 2-1. But yeah, those things started to creep in more and more as they had more ball possession and territory. The gaps got a bit wider in their defense, and I think Mount Pleasant did a good job of, when they did win the ball, exploiting those spaces quickly. Especially as I said, when Nelson entered the field of play, he seemed to find that outlet on the counter and either finish it off or set someone up for a finish. So. But Arnett Gardens, though, I think, for the entire game, to me, they were the protagonists. They were the ones trying to do something with the football. So I have to give them credit for their style of play. I thought they definitely, made it more of an Arnett Gardens type of game. Mount Pleasant, in the end, Tappa, one thing that you can't say about Tappa's teams is that they're not solid at the back in terms of the shape of the defense. And it was such a contrast from what we saw last week with Cavalier just running in behind Mount Pleasant's defense for the whole entire first half, basically. I can't really remember Arnett doing the same. Now, Arnett was able to breach them, but that was just due to, Arnett's, good interchanging in the midfield, shorter passing combinations. And then when they did go for that longer ball, that diagonal switch, open the field of play, they were getting some joy. So, I thought Arnett of the two teams played the better football on the day, but I must say that Mount Pleasant was the more organized unit on the back line, especially, and in the midfield. So, I think, aesthetically, if you're a lover of the passing game, I think you would have wanted Arnett to win this fixture. Not that Mount Pleasant was just giving the ball away, but I just don't think that they had the type of cohesion in the attacking passing that Arnett did. Jaheim Thomas getting on the ball in midfield, Jamon Shepherd getting on the ball in midfield. I think Willis only lasted till about halftime, if I'm not mistaken. or maybe a little longer than that. Yeah, 60 minutes. And then Rashawn Thompson came in, dropped Jamon Shepherd deeper into midfield. But yeah, I thought Arnett did a bit better job of just, playing with the football, progressing with the football up the pitch. But at the same time, one thing that Mount Pleasant was able to do at times was to isolate their danger threat players. Daniel Green supplying the first goal to Anglin with a nice move, getting by Cunningham at the right back spot and whipping in the left foot cross that Anglin headed home. And then in the second half now, when Arnett equalized, it was a Kimani Arboin cross. Shea Smith got a glancing header to the far post. And as I said, after that point, I thought Arnett looked the more likely until they started to get a bit lackadaisical and Mount Pleasant got back into the game with some counter-attacking chances. In the end, Kimoni Bailey, basically by some poor defending from Arnett. I mean, it was good skill to free himself up for the shot, but it just felt like one of those 3-4 players that he was able to get through must have been able to get a toe on the ball, just prevent him from getting into that shooting opportunity. And then Asher Hutchinson, who actually had a good game otherwise, just couldn't stop that one from going in at the far post. Got a hand to it, but not a strong enough hand. And in the end, that was the deciding goal from Kimoni Bailey. Now, one of the things that I thought was hilarious as well, I don't know if you guys saw the post-match press conference with the Mount Pleasant, I think it was Tappa Whitmore and Kimoni Bailey, the goal scorer. And, shout out to Unseen Sports. He asked the question, what has changed in the past from last week to now? And as soon as he asked him that, Kimoni Bailey said, yo, a set-up thing, this brother, you put it up. In the end, Tappa heard the question and said, well, that's a question that I think Kimoni can answer better than anybody up here. And, Kimoni looked for him and, him start to answer and him say, yo, no, it's a setup thing, man, planting, but not answer that. So at the start, that was a funny, a nice exchange there in the press conference. That was a hilarious one. But yeah, Tappa in the end proved to be the savior, came in, solidified that defense, I mean, as you can see, there's a number on there that's not there in the starting lineup. That's Jamai Topi. Not to, just highlight that, but I think that made a huge difference in terms of how the defense line looked yesterday. And he made sure to go ahead and put on Kyle Ming and Gadil Irvin as the fullbacks, and you could see the difference in that defense line. Fitzroy Cummins looked a lot more comfortable in this role yesterday, and Shaquille Dyer as well did his thing in the back line for the most part. In midfield, they had Sule and Jashan Anglin. I thought Sule was good in the early parts of the match, but looked to tire a bit early. Maybe all the running in that midfield, and of course, Arnett being the team with a bit more possession in the game. I thought maybe Sule kind of ran his race a bit early. Devante Campbell probably had one of his quieter games, I would say. Wasn't really very effective. I think he was subbed off sometime in the second half here. Yeah, Kimoni came on for him right at about 62 minutes. At halftime, I forgot about this sub. Alex Marshall came on for the Brazilian. And then McCullough eventually tired and had to come off for Tevin Shaw. The other subs, Shea Smith, the goal scorer, came out. Keneldo Brown came on. And I know Jaheim came off and Rashiki Kelson. And the other one was Willis off for Rashawn Thompson. So, on the Arnett side of things, as far as the starters, Bradford thought he was up and down, didn't really hold the ball up well enough. In fact, one time I heard Tappa really yelling at him saying, brother, come on, man, get into the game. You look lackadaisical out there, The Brazilian had a quiet game as well, I thought. Still getting up to speed, you can see with his teammates. Daniel Green probably was the most effective attacker in this one for Mount Pleasant. Registered the assist in the first goal, and it was a constant threat down that left-hand side and drifting infield as well. As far as and Shaquan Davis was pretty good, commanded his box decent. I thought his distribution could have been a bit better. Usually I'm used to him being a bit better with that, and you could hear him frustrated on the field microphone a few times as well. Asher Hutchinson, as I said, apart from feeling like he maybe could have kept out that goal from Bailey, I thought he had a good performance. I mean, he had a lot of balls to collect high in his own area, and he's not the tallest keeper, but does have really good timing on his jump. So have to give him credit for, they tried to really get those crosses into the box, and they saw that as a potential way to get some joy. But for the most part, he had decent handling on those plays. I have to give him credit there. Watson and Strawn, I think of the two, Watson might have been just a bit better. I think Strawn, as I said, lost his way a bit in terms of positioning once they, once they started to have more possession, and the gap between these two got wider and wider. The wing backs were pushed up as well. So yeah, just something that I think Gilbert will probably show his team to calm down a bit when they're in the ascendancy in possession. They still have to keep a decent enough shape to be able to defend when the team does lose the ball. Philando wing, swashbuckling down that left side. Didn't really have that quality on the crosses that I've seen from him sometimes, but early days still in the season, so hopefully he can get a little bit better with the delivery. But I do like this player. I think he has potential. So I'm going to keep watching his progress this season. Cunningham got beat a few times by Green, but can't really kill him for that. Green, one of the more skillful and harder to stop players down that left hand side. So he just had a tough time with him, but thought he was decent. Held the ball pretty good, didn't give it away too much. One thing I will say, between the two, the right back and the left back for Arnett, they definitely look to combine a lot more than Irving and Ming. Just pretty much Irving and Ming would just go along down either the right hand channel or left hand channel almost every time. Shavani Willis, could see that he's not 100%, wasn't really moving around the best, but did give them 60 minutes of ball time. Shepherd, this player is a funny one, because he'll have like two great passes, and then two times he touched the ball, you don't know what he was thinking. So if he can just get a little bit of consistency, he's one that will probably do good things for Arnett Gardens. Now this kid Jaheim Thomas is full of what I call it now. I just feel like you can tell that him really think that he's a good player, and sometimes that can be a bad thing. But I think for him, in the position he plays, it's actually a good thing, because it just seems like he's always an option for the player on the ball once they're in the middle to the attacking third. So yeah, I like the way that he likes to get on the ball, likes to combine with other players. I think maybe the next phase for him would just be more output in terms of goal scoring and assists, because I do think he gets into areas a lot, and maybe not enough comes of his ventures into those areas. So that final third, that final action, Jaheim Thomas, I'm telling you, just work on that, my friend, work on that. Shea Smith and Arborn were the wingers. Shea Smith did get the goal. I thought, in the run of play, Shea was a bit quiet, to be honest. I thought Arborn was a bit more in the game, trying shots from all over the place. Sometimes maybe he shouldn't have. But I think he's just a player that's just full of energy. I think his touch lets him down sometimes, though, to be honest. So he needs to work on that. And then Fabian Reed, pretty much just a player that links the play, and then he just comes alive in the box. So you know what you're going to get from Fabian Reed. He doesn't really try to do much extra. Just don't give him too much time in the box. He did have a chance to equalize late, but couldn't direct his head away from Shaquan Davis. But I think that was probably his clearest chance of the game right there in like the 87, 88 minutes. So that was the game, people. Mount Pleasant pretty much staying alive in this competition. Let's see if I can pull up the standings for you guys so you can know what I mean. Some fans were of the mind that this was going to be a home and away set of games, but it's just one time you play each team. So you only have 4 games. So this is the group standings now. Cavaliers still in the lead with the goal difference superiority. Mount Pleasant now have 3 points, but they have played 2 games. Then, of course, Police and Real Hope out of Haiti, Police out of Trinidad. They drew their one match that they played. That was also played at Sabina Park. 1-1, that one finished, and Arnett Gardens now played 1 with 0 points. And of course, the top 2 in this move on to the semifinals of the Caribbean Cup. So in Group B now, Mocha out in front with a win and a draw. Conamint, the other team out of Haiti, with 1 point. Cibao, 1 point. Port of Spain, 1 point. And Grenades FC hasn't played a match yet. Remember, that's the team that Arnett Gardens beat in the CFU Shield out of Antigua. So the top 2 in each group. Now that I'm seeing it, I remember I was saying it's not a big deal that the 3 Jamaican teams in the same group, but now that I'm seeing it, I'm saying Georgia Star. Why we couldn't just have one in this one, and that way, you know, could have 3 out of the 4 in the semi-final. But so it go, yeah, man. The next game, let's just take a look at the next games, people. I know there's a slight break for the Jamaican teams. I think they get back going. Okay, so actually Cavalier does play Police on the 29th. All right, so that's the next fixture. So that's tomorrow night at 8. Don't know if I'll be back home in time, you know. I really live stream that, you know. Doubt it still. We'll see, people, man. I promise. We'll see. So yeah, so I know JPL start the 15th. So that's the Sunday. Okay, so they haven't put. Okay, so Cavalier going to have a game Tuesday night again after the Sunday. Boy, them wicked, them couldn't get them like a Wednesday or a Thursday. And Arnett play. Okay, so them have about a 2-week break and then them back to it again. So Arnett have to go travel on the 9th after the game Sunday to Trinidad. Well, and then travel back for play a game in a JPL Sunday. Hopefully them have a Monday game the next week. All right, people. So been talking a while. So let's check out the comment section. Get this off the screen for now. Live, work all over Caribbean. His contracts. I build house all over world. See? Okay. Yeah, come just see the name. I wonder like what inspire just for name that. But all right, big up yourself, builder. Fellow Gooner, big up yourself in a JPL fan. I agree with you, Jason. Yeah, I think you're referring to the don't just highlight the success them. Yeah. Jason, will happen to U20 players that have passport and didn't get a chance to play in the U20 World Cup qualifiers? That's a great question, Tycoon. I would hope that whatever list John Wall had formed with those players would have been handed over to McLaren, because you know we need to talk to those players now as potential, you know, senior players. If they don't have the age anymore for U20, you know, obviously it would just be the ones that he deems to be elite, or ones that he thinks will make that jump soon. But yeah, I would hope that the conversation would still happen at this point. Bless up namesake. Well, go on. We're outside. Actually, it was a virtual press conference in a JPL fan. So there was a Zoom link that you could have. I don't really know how they. So I don't know. I don't know. The reason why I had it, I'm in a Jamaica media group. So JPL fan, you need to figure out, if you're not in that group, how to get in there. I will actually JPL fan, send DM Instagram, and we'll try get in touch with the person that have the group, because I was just invited to the group, and that's how I got the Zoom link. It's in keeping with speed remarks at McLaren press conference. JFF will focus on development. Senior coaches about qualifying for tournaments and FIFA ranking. That is it, Nitro. That is exactly it. Preparation paid off. I agree. Now that John Wall has left with his TDS program go on. Yeah, it's still going on. It's still going on now after he's gone. This is what made me laugh, Nitro. When I start reading through my notes. Yeah, man. But I'm not cranking really get that from JD, my first year with that, man. I have my notes, you know, look at all these pages. JD could have all 3 pages, you know, and him go on like it's a book down there. Yeah, man. Smash the like button. As a matter of fact, likes check. All right. We're halfway to a goal, people. We're halfway to a goal. I want to reach halfway to the show. So we had to decent. 100 likes is always the goal on them live show, you know. Yeah, man. We're literally at 50 now. So keep smash it. Bless up, fresh. Yeah, man. Bless up, fresh. Active again. Fully active. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. You miss some of the growth, fresh. We are going to do a thing. Yeah, man. Make them know, say the heart button or do nothing. Seems culturally diverse as well. Yeah. If you're talking about Peart, then yeah. He even brought it up without even being prompted at the interview after they won the tournament. When they asked him, what's next for this team, he said, well, we have to continue to scout the island to try to find the best talent, and we also need to do the same in the diaspora to ensure that we have the best players. And I was just like, whoa. Wasn't expecting him to say that, So that's good. Bless up Triple E, Wagwan. They played out from the back with confidence. Yeah, man, I hear some people saying, yo, them man, you're not playing no ball, them just kick with the ball. I mean, I said them never do that, Like, don't get me wrong, they weren't prime Barcelona, Pep Guardiola style, not like that. But in the instances when they didn't go along, it was a passing, moving game I was seeing. And the players seem to understand space a lot better than a lot of the Jamaica teams I see playing. And that's not just because these guys different from all the other ones. That's coaching, that's implementation, that's, devising some kind of strategy or plan to move the football. That don't happen just by chance. Bless up Dr. Hero. Sound like a smart coach. Was impressed. Yeah, man, me too, man. I like how him talk, man. Doing a great job with the team. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, fresh. I was definitely thinking about it for sure. It's crazy you said that, fresh. I have it written down right there. So like question. Like I have so many questions just based on what he was saying. The one I want to ask him. Did they state any intention of having a TDS program in the West for those players outside of the island? Actually, yeah, Jean-Pierre, good question. When I asked Downswell how confident he was in implementing this after the TDS program was done, like, is this something that we could just continue and just do continuously? And he said, well, the next thing that he wants to do is figure out how to level the playing field even more, because he said that the corporate area players are at an advantage because they can do 4 weeks of it, and the rural area players only can do 2 sessions of it because mainly it's on the weekend. And he was saying he wanted to get the resources to a point where they can actually bring in the rural players so they can also do the 4 days. So they are thinking of ways to try to level that playing field as well. So yeah, I didn't really ask him about that specifically, but in his answer, he kind of mentioned that. So here what? We use McLaren to recruit and Peart to coach. No, but it makes you wonder, like, well, no, I won't say that. I mean, look, to me, the way his style and the way he talks, I think it's more effective probably with younger guys, to be honest. I don't know if he, well, I would have to ask him. I'll ask him his aspirations if I ever get to interview him. But just the way he speaks now, I can understand why he did well with like younger kids, It's suppression to hear a coach speaking like they know what they're talking about, especially youth level. Absolutely. Father Bling, bless up. Eddie Gooner say one tapper. For real. Are you Eddie? Yeah, give legs to that thing there when it never need no legs to, Sure. It's alright. Hold on, no, do. If you just turn on the camera and talk, you no need for, sure, you can get views anyway. And back to them wasteful self. Yeah, I mean, they got into a lot of dangerous opportunities and situations, but I thought in the end, Mount Pleasant just defended really well. Them block shots, them get 2 bodies around the ball quickly, and Irving and Ming made a difference, but Cummins was their best defender. Yeah, Cummins had a really good game. You're right about that. Really good game. I mean, I don't think, as I agree with you, that Irving and Ming weren't like incredible or anything, but I just thought that the unit, the solidity, the shape was just so much better with those two as the fullbacks, you know. Biggs G, I watched the game on Concacaf YouTube, but I had to set my VPN to, I think I put it to Europe somewhere, because I think in the region it's only on Flow, and I don't think it's anywhere in the US. So I had to figure out a way, and that's what I did, you know. Yeah, but I think if you're in Jamaica, it should just be on Concacaf YouTube, or I know Flow Sports should have it too. Yeah. Do you see standout JPL player that should be called for Nations League? Marlon Webster, no, I do not at this current moment. I think if we're being honest with ourselves, the only three teams that really should be in line to get a player in this team would be Mount Pleasant, Cavalier, and Arnett. And even those teams, with the exception of Arnett, you can't really say they're in any type of shape to be playing international matches right now. At least I wouldn't think they are. So for me, I would say no, not right now. Not right now. Yeah, he did hit the post twice. I forgot that shot on the far post when he took it on his chest and volleyed it. But what was the other one? Yeah, Asher had a good game. That's true. Yeah, that made me laugh when the man asked the question. They believe me. Open up, Fana. What go on, bro? But there, you know. Soccer dad. Yeah, man. I mean, the soccer dad, man. You don't know. Football dad. Nunes News Network. Big up yourself. Brilliant finals. I watched all the matches, and I must say they know how to play. And as I said in the live chat in the finals, whenever Kelvin Brown comes on, the team plays with a difference. Yeah, I was in a group chat that day as well, and when it was 1-0, I said, well, Kelvin Brown to the rescue again, you know. So said, so done. Even though Morris had the hat-trick on that day. But I thought Brown presence made a huge difference as well. Their ball control was impressive. Was the side of football same as normal or different? Yeah, man, them use size 5, man. Them use size 5. The only thing different was the time of the game. 70 minutes and not 90. But them use the same football. At least I think so. I don't think it's a size 4. I think it's the same football. That's where coaching education comes in, absolutely. I hope they can change how the rest of kids and man them on the island play. No Tappa ball. I was wondering why did the coach bench Brown, knowing that he scored 2 goals in the semi. But Brown had a pretty big bandage on his knee, you know. So maybe that was all him could really give, you know. Big up, Jason. Big up yourself, Markland. What go on? Okay, so in the US. Yeah, so set your VPN to Europe and you're good to go. Corey MPA, what go on, brother? Yeah, man, we're outside. Did McLaren name his assistant yet? Yeah, his assistant is going to be the goalkeeper coach. Damn. Why I can't remember the man's name. Richard Artis. Yeah, I think it's Richard Artis his name. Let me look and make sure I'm not talking about this. Richard Artis, something like that. Yeah, Richard Artis. Somebody need to let Wikipedia know that he's Reggae Boyz coach now. I know on Transfer Market it said though. Actually, no, it doesn't. I know I need to reach out to them as well. Yeah, so Richard Hartis is the assistant / goalkeeper coach. And the only other coach I know of on the staff right now is Arnett Gardens. Yeah. Brown and Morrison, they are good. Which one of them named Morrison? I remember no Morrison. Which one of them named Morrison now? I look on the squad people. Come on, I see the number. Oh, you talk about Morris. You talk about the big man, Morris. Okay. The two. You talk about the two big man. Them. All right. May I tell you now? Since you not talk about the player them, what me did like, what them did have, what them I bring to the table. Number 7, the captain Tevin Savage. I thought he was good. I thought Kyle Hussey was good at number 3. Number 10, Damion Clark. He was good. DJ Brown, Kelvin Brown. Can see the potential. I love that scoop finish in the final. That was beautiful. I don't even know if I saw him play in the final, but I liked Holloway as well. I think he played more in the semi-final game. And is it number 12? Kenrick Brown? Got a little midfielder out there playing well as well. I want to say it's number 12. It's either him or number 8. One of those two. But yeah, Hussey, Savage, Brown, DJ Brown, Tiny Bailey. Yeah, man, I have to shout out Tiny Bailey. You know, that guy is tiny, man. Believe me. And yeah, everybody say Morris, but Maffesy Morris, Maffesy Morris some more, to be honest. Because right now, it just look like him just bigger than everybody, to be honest. Yeah, him left foot have a decent touch, but me need to see more of Morris, to be honest. I'm not gonna say him was one of my standout. I mean, yes, him scored 3 in the final, him scored enough goal and thing, but I talk about the player itself. Like, I don't know how it translates once the people start be his size. You know what I'm saying? I still need to watch him some more, personally. But big up yourself, same way, Morris. Don't take that as anything. I mean, I can't put 20 players in my list of players I thought stood out to me. So again, Savage, Hussey, DJ Brown, and I think it's both of them. 8 Frame and 12 Kenrick Brown. I think it's both of them. Yeah. And Damion Clark, the number 10. Those are the ones that stood out to me. Goalkeeper wasn't bad, but I don't think he was really tested, so I can't tell. Yeah, Brown and Morris, yeah. Morris. Arnett Gardens, brother. Arnett Gardens, as far as I know. We'll find out on September 6th, but as far as I know, Arnett Gardens is still on the staff. Hussey, Clark, Morris, and Brown were outstanding. Okay, we have some of the same ones, Caris. Yeah, the number 9, Morris. Tiny Bailey. Volley, chip, or the build-up of the last goal. In that game, I like the volley too, you know, because one problem we did have with Morris most of the tournament, the man want to blast everything in a goal. But that time, the man just measure the side foot so nice. I really like the volley goal star, but because it was at Jamaica, I'd say the build-up of the last goal. Yeah, man, the last goal. Yeah, their goal was very good. Because the man just spot the man and, you know. But, yo, Caris, that's a tough question, you know, star. I'd say it's between the volley and the build-up. But I love the chip, too. I just love the execution of the chip. But the goal, how that goal happened wasn't that great. But the end of it was nice. Because the chip with the man, though, was nice. But overall, Channel Star, that's a tough one. All right, I'm gonna remember the question there, and when the show are done, I'm gonna pick. So between the chip, the volley, and the build-up of the last goal. All right, that's a damn good question, brother. The more I think about it, I change every time. So let me think about it some more, and then at the end of the show, yeah, me'll do that. All right, so we talk about Tappa and Mount Pleasant. We talk about Jamaica U14, and we just go back in some players as well from it. Now we'll get to the segment where you and I go on a fact-finding mission. You and everybody in the chat. See? you and everybody in the chat. We'll go up on a fact-finding mission and we're going to see what the player them do. So my thought was, how about to start it out, we just look at literally the last squad we pick. And we just see what the player them do right now. Right? So that we're going to do. So I have this team pulled up here. And what we're going to do is just navigate and just see what the players doing. You know what I mean? I know what some of these players doing, but I don't know if all of you do. And I'm not going to be able to just tell you off top of my head what everybody I do. So let's just do it together. So me see it. That's why we do this live and we don't just sit down and do the research. See? So I have the squad from the Copa America pulled up on screen here. Remember, Andre Blake was in the squad, even though he was not fit to play. But we have Shaquan Davis, who we just saw playing his first game, since this season would have started. Did not play the game last week against Arnett. Chambers started for him in that one. Shaquan Davis, looked sharp in goal. Didn't really make many mistakes. I thought his distribution left something to be desired, though, on the day. He does have a good eye for the quick, counter-attacking, punt, basically. And when he gets it right, can cause a threat. But I think at times, he just wants to do that every time. And sometimes just you caught the ball, let the game just, settle down a bit. But Shaquan Davis, for me, probably just on the outside of a roster right now. I don't see him being in the top 3, but we shall see what the thoughts of the coach are. But that's just my thoughts. All right, Kanaya Boyz Clark. Now let's check what Kanaya has been up to this season. Now he is in the first team this season at Reading. In previous years he would have been the third keeper, and sometimes that keeper will be playing his time in the PL2 or whatever under 21 league the club is in. So this season, first teamer, definitely the backup goalkeeper at this point. But let's see if he has gotten any actual game time so far. So it looks like his game time has come in the EFL Cup, and he had a game on the 20th in the Football League Trophy. Now, a lot of times this Football League Trophy competition is quite interesting. A lot of the teams that are in the lower divisions might send their first team to play in this competition. But as you see, the Premier League teams will send their U21 version of their team to this competition. So it's usually like groups of 3 or 4 teams. And, they basically split it up by regions. So Northern Group A, you have 4 teams right there. I believe they play home and away. So it's like basically like a Champions League type of setup or a World Cup type of setup. And they basically, go through. So that's good. This is still considered a big man competition, even though the bigger teams send their U21s. Reading did defeat West Ham U21 3-1 on the day. He had a 7.0 rating. Let's just see how he actually looked statistic-wise on this day. Still only just 21 years of age, so still a lot to learn in the professional game. But he played 90 minutes, only had to make 1 save. He had 4 high claims, 1 save from inside the box. 78% on his passing, so that's good. He was 12 of 27 on his longer passes, had 1 aerial duel and won it. So Kanaya Boyz Clark with a 7.0 in the Football League Trophy. Let's just see. I know this was a few more weeks ago. This was the 13th. He played this match. It drew 2-2. He had a 6.8. And they went down on penalties to Colchester, were knocked out of the EFL Cup. So was really pulling for them to get this win, because I know that this is pretty much probably going to be Kanaya's competition as far as game time. But sadly, they were not able to win that shootout. He made 2 saves on this one, 1-for-1 runouts, 1 high claim, 1 save inside the box, 53 touches, had a 71% accuracy on the passing, only 2 for 11 on his long passes, so not the best there. And then in the shootout, let me see. Usually tell you what I go on. Okay, so he wasn't able to stop any of the 4 penalties that he faced. And his teammates couldn't help him out and score their penalties. So they were knocked out. But yeah, we'll continue to monitor this one. You know, he's been on the bench, as I said. They have played what? 1, 2, 3 league games, and he has been on the bench for all 3. But again, that is one step closer to starting in League One, because as I said before, last season he was the 3rd string. Now he's permanently the 2nd string as of right now. As you can see on their bench, Reading's bench, there's only one keeper on there, and that is Kanaya Boyce Clark, and that's what you would have seen if I clicked on all their games in the league this season. So he went from 3rd string to 2nd string, so progress, but still not really getting that much game time week to week. So we'll continue to monitor that and see how that goes moving forward. Next up is Jamali Waite. Of course, he was our starting goalkeeper in the Copa America. So let's just see what he has been up to. First, let's just look at the stats overall. So he has played 20 matches and started all 20 so far this season. Of course, you know, the USL Championship, MLS, do start around, you know, late January, early February. So that would have made sense that he's already had 20 games in his season. And I know he would have missed some time at the Copa as well, but he has played pretty much, if he's there, he's playing, right? So let's see. Let's just look at his more recent games. You know, he did have a lean start to the season, but you can see his form improving. Some 8.1 in a 0-0 draw. You know, lost this game 2-0, still got a 7.1 clean sheet against Orange County, clean sheet against Monterey Bay. So Jamali Waite rounding into form, and you can see, you know, the orange scores are a little bit lower, the green scores higher, the yellow scores a bit higher than the green, or than the orange, excuse me. And you can see when his season started out this year, it was kind of a struggle at the beginning, to be honest. You know, it started March 1st, he got the transfer. You know, 2 good games to start, but then a 6.3, went off to the Nations League. When he came back, had 2 kind of, you know, 1 average game and 1 really tough one. But yeah, a lot of yellows in this phase of the season. You know, there's an orange a little bit lower. No, that's actually with Jamaica, he did these scores. And then back to Locomotive again. And yeah, he's trying to get that consistency back. You know, 6.3, the lowest since he's been back from the Copa America, and that was his first game. But yeah, rounding into form well, holding down the starting spot. So he's at least getting a lot of reps so far, you know, in this season. So you have to give him his credit there. Of course, he's in the USL Championship. Then the next goalkeeper, obviously, most people's pick to be the starter on September 6th, all health considered and him being good, and that is Andre Blake. Now, Andre Blake has been having a Leagues Cup run that started right at the end of July, so all of these games would have been in the Leagues Cup competition. He was able to take the team to the semifinals by virtue of this game right here. And then I don't know why they don't have the semifinal game on here that he played. Somehow they don't have the stats for that one, I guess. I don't know why. Oh no, this was it. Colorado. Yeah, so Blake, this was the most recent game. Okay. Actually, this game was huge, you know. I think this game right here, this is a match to get. I think this match is to see who goes on to the Champions Cup, you know. I think you have to finish in the top 3 or something like that. Let me see. Yeah, I'm almost sure that this match was like a one-off thing. So the teams that lost the semis got to play a game. Philly hosted it. Yeah, because this was the semifinal when they lost to Columbus, because I live streamed that game. And that game, he had a tough game. You know, had some saves that went right to the opposition for tap-ins and things of that nature. And then this game, I'm pretty sure since they lost it, they're not going to be in the Champions Cup next time. I think the top 3 out of Leagues Cup automatically went, or something like that. I'm almost certain that's what it is, you know. All right, so this was the most recent game. This was played the 25th, so that would have been Sunday. So let's see how he did. 6.5 was his score. Like I said, I saw the game before this, so I kind of know exactly what was going on. This one I did not watch, but I'll just look at the stats and see. So he made 1 save in this 90 minutes. It was in the box. 93% passing, very good. 3 for 5 on his long passes, very good. Yeah, so, you know, the kicking, only 5 long passes. So, yeah, it's possible that Blake doesn't have to kick the ball long, you know. So, that's good. That is good. So that's the goalkeeping pool from the Copa America. Now, of course, we have other goalkeepers around the world that might be in line to get a call up. I will refer to those in a different part of this video. I'm literally going to go to the last team picked and just show you what the players have been doing. See? So Jonathan Bell, another player that we saw for the first time representing the nation at outside of a friendly capacity. So let's see what he has been up to lately, if he has been getting some game time at Minnesota. So on the 24th, he was on the bench, had got no minutes. Looks like he got some MLS Next Pro minutes in this one. So what is their team? Tacoma? Yeah, so I guess Seattle's team is Tacoma, Washington, Tacoma Defiance. So I guess when you don't get the game time with the first team, they want you to get the reps, so they send you to play in the MLS Next Pro. It looks like he was on the bench the night before, didn't play, and they say, okay, go play with Tacoma, get some game time. But you know, the last time he played in the Leagues Cup for Seattle was a 4-0 win all the way back on August the 12th, and in this game, it looks like he came off the bench, only got 7 minutes. Let's see if he played from the start in this one. So Jonathan Bell came off the bench in this one, got 15 plus injury time. So Bell is this 7.0, probably started. This was July the 26th. Yeah, this one he did start, got a good score. But the last time he got MLS minutes would have been July the 17th, when he actually had a goal. I believe this was his first MLS goal. I know for Seattle. Maybe he has scored for another team. And that's Copa America. So since the Copa America, he has really only made 2 MLS appearances. Well, 1 MLS appearance, and then the Leagues Cup started, in which he got 1 start and 2 sub appearances out of their 5 games. And recently, you know, since they returned to MLS action this past weekend, he was an unused sub in Seattle's game then. So, you know, John Bell struggling to really make you know, force his way into the Seattle setup, especially in the MLS version of Seattle right now. So that's one to watch moving forward. You know, what will he have to do to get more game time at his club? So that's Jonathan Bell. Next up, Richard King. You know, we saw him play last week for Cavalier. Would have been his first game since his sub appearance at the Copa America. So, you know, Richard King, JPL gets started after this window. So, you know, just based on that, it's going to be tough to really, you know, consider King for anything in this next game. But we shall see. We shall see. Wes Harding is another player over there in the championship with Millwall. Not really having the best of luck as far as game time. This was the one game in the EFL Cup he had. He did start and play the entire game. What? Okay, so the only other thing he has played this season is nothing. So he's only played the EFL Cup. Yeah, Wes Harding has only played the EFL Cup, people. So when you look at his matches, championship, bench, EFL Cup start, championship on the bench. So yeah, they've had 3 matches in the league. He hasn't even kicked a ball in the league yet. Has been on the bench all 3 times. His only starting time and playing time was a 1-0 win over Portsmouth in the EFL Cup, and that was 2 weeks ago now. So not really the best of form for Wes Harding. Greg Lee having a similar situation at Oxford. At least Greg Lee, though, is getting off the bench most of the time. Came off for a stint against Blackburn. That was on the weekend, and then yesterday he actually started. And this one has a few of our players in it. Coventry facing them in the EFL Cup. Casey Palmer had an assist, played almost the whole 90. I think Latipo there lasted about 70 odd minutes or 63 minutes. There we go. He was the captain on the day while he was on the pitch, had 1 time dribble pass, didn't register anything else defensively in this game, which is kind of strange. 1 of 3 ground duels, 1 of 2 in the air. He touched the ball 50 times, lost possession 8. Committed 1 foul and was fouled once, has an 85% passing accuracy, and 0 for 1 on his crosses and 1 for 2 on his long passes. So that was Joel Latibodere's game by the numbers. While we're looking at Joel, let's just see how his stats look so far. His EFL Cup, he started both of those games. They had 2 wins, so they have moved on. Don't get it. Let's just go to matches. All right, so started in both the EFL Cup games. In the championship, I think this was a start, if I'm not mistaken, and he was the captain. Yeah, he started at centre back, played the entire game. Actually watched a bit of that game against Bristol on the weekend. Then Coventry, Oxford the week before in the league. I think this one he did start and play centre back in this one as well. Played the entire game. And then the games before that, that's the other cup game. And then against Stoke in their opening fixture, he got no game time, was an unused sub. Just to go back to this Coventry Oxford game that happened yesterday, you had Casey Palmer starting for Coventry. He played 89 minutes, had 1 assist on the day, 54 touches for 81% passing accuracy. Playing in that number 10 role, he had 3 key passes, which is good to see. 1 of 8 on his crosses, 1 of 4 on his long passes. Had 1 big chance created. Had 2 shots off target. He was 3 for 8 on ground duels, 0 for 1 on his aerials. He touched the ball 54 times and lost it 17 times. He was fouled twice and committed 1 foul. He had 2 interceptions, 1 tackle, and was not dribble past. So good performance from Casey, getting a goal contribution and playing the majority of the game for his 7.4. And Oxford side of things, Greg Lee, as I said, not playing in the league from the start, but did start this one in the EFL Cup. So let's just take a look at his game by the numbers. What happened to the game? Let's see. Greg Lee. Okay, here we go. So Greg Lee taking up that most of that left side. You can say Oxford was a bit more defensive on the day. Really didn't get too far down the wing on this occasion. 2 clearances in his 90 minutes plus injury time, 1 block shot, and 2 tackles. He was not dribble pass on the day. 2 for 3 ground duels, 3 for 3 aerial duels. He had 80 touches and lost the ball 24 times, 40 for 57 for 70%. So that's one thing about Greg's game that I think he can definitely improve on is his passing accuracy. I think he's pretty much always in that 65 to 70 range, 75 range. So yeah, something that I think he can take a bit more care on the ball at times. 1 of 2 crossing, 2 for 11 on his long passes, and 0 for 1 on his dribbles. So that was Greg Lee's game by the numbers. As I said, in the league, he's having a struggle to get the start. So it's been tough for him this season as far as getting the minutes in the league. So Greg Lee, another one, not really in the ideal situation. Damion Lowe just made his move over to Alok Dude, and he did have his first game today, but was an unused sub against another player who we hope will be in the Nations League squad, and that is Demarai Gray. Now, Demarai Gray did not start this one. He actually came off the bench. This is what he did off the bench. He had a 6.5, 31 minutes plus injury time played. Was 0 for 1 on his dribbles. He touched the ball 10 times, lost it 5. 3 or 4 for 75%, 0 for 2 on his crosses, 2 for 4 ground duels, 0 for 1 aerial duels, and he had 2 tackles and he was dribble past once. So that was Demarai Gray's game by numbers. Now, Damion Lowe, as I said, was an unused substitute, so we'll continue to monitor if this move is a good one for him in terms of playing time. This was the first time he was on the bench, so I'm not going to read too much into the no game time, but let's see. I did notice today that this team played a 4-2-3-1, I believe. And I saw their previous games because I was curious to see what kind of system they played. And they were playing with a 5 at the back. So I wonder, what strategy will be moving forward. We saw with Philly, anytime it was a back 4, he was struggling to get into the lineup. When it was a back 5, he had a much better chance of doing so. So let's see if this coach, settles on the 3 or the 4 as far as the back line is concerned. I'm just curious to see as well. I know Demarai didn't start today, but so far this season, how has it been for Demarai? I know they're only, 2 games in? Yeah, so he didn't start today, but started the first game. No goals and no assists yet on the season. So 2 games, no contribution. Sure, he'll want to bring that average up as well. Just a 6.45 currently. So I think Demarai will have, 1 more fixture before the window. So I don't have the... I know why. Let's see. Matches. Okay, so they actually don't have any more fixtures. So basically, he's on his break now. Yeah, they played weekend, they played today, and they're out there, don't have any more games. All right, so Omari, just forward from now, brother. And go on, get rid of the jet lag, Even though I wonder if the team just keep training until the window closes or give them a, I wonder. And respect for the subscriptions, people. This is a few more subscribing in building, so I really appreciate that. See? That's pretty good. Not sure what that was. Bless you. Respect. Or bless up. Yeah. Typo. Or go on LJ. LJ, you make my brethren cranky head chip last night, brother. Why you do that, man? Blake is the first name on the team sheet, says Nitro. Big up Tom Stranger. Go on. Up, Drew. What you say, brother? 1 KC. Yeah, 1 KC. Palmer lose the ball too much. I don't really agree with that, All right, watch this. Casey Palmer. So matches. I'm not even going to look on Coventry because Coventry stats, you're going to say, a Coventry that. So I look on Jamaica in the Copa America. Casey Palmer. No, I could be wrong. Maybe him lose the ball a million times, but I just want to see what and this might not catch every loose. I don't know. It should be pretty accurate though. So he touched the ball 62 times. This is the last game, which everybody know was probably the worst game against Venezuela, right? 62 times him touch the ball, you know. Him lose the ball 15 times. All right, so keep that in mind. 15 times out of 62. Write this down. 62 touch, 15. All right, what was the next game now? Next game would have been Ecuador. 6.7 for him that time. Yeah. So let's see. Same position him play. Look how much the man run around the place. 45 touch. How much him lose the ball? 16 times. Wow. All right, so that is that. Now let's go back. So the Mexico game, the man gets 6.8. So maybe him lose the ball less. Let's see. All right, so more in the defensive side on this game. Algrimson have the man play defense. 54 touch and 10 possession loss. Right, so in a 3 game, him average about 14 or 13 and a half, 13 point something. That's in the Copa. So that's in the Copa America, you know. All right, cool. So the Copa America. So that's probably most difficult opposition for Jamaica recently. Now in the Dominica game, when we play against a Concacaf side or a lower level side, let's just check out what the difference was in this one. So obviously, we would have way more touches. So 87 touches. And him lose the ball only, well, I won't say only. Him lose the ball 14 times. Right? Which for a creative player, typically, that's not the worst. Right? And now let's pre the Nations League matches. I'm not going no further after this. This is it. I just know him play them game here. So Casey Palmer, 74 minutes. Man touch the ball 21 times. Jeez and peas. We barely touch the ball against USA. Lose it 6 times. And then the next game should be a much better metric because we had the ball against Panama more. So Jamaica, Panama, I think him did play this whole game. No, him did come off again. And play 81 minutes, 32 touches. And him lose the ball 7 times. So, I mean, I don't know. I'm trying to see, like, who could I don't really want to compare him to Damion Lowe because I don't think that's right. Maybe Bobby Reed. 46 and 17 in this one. That's the Panama game. So 10 more time than Palmer. I just don't know if him losing the ball is really the problem that I see with him still. But, you know, so it go. Gray's game has fallen. Do need to get back to the EPL. All attacking players lose the ball. Absolutely. You know, when him play a little deeper in the system, I'd like him to clean that up. But I'm fine with an attacking player losing the ball 15, 20 times. I just need him to create with the times him don't lose it, you know. That is a great Stevie G, pathetic coach, boy, I tell you. Omar is waiting on the 3 kittens. Palmer in good form, I agree. Bless up Sherman, what go on? Palmer is not a box-to-back. His specialty is a number 10 and playmaker, meaning he needs to be behind the striker in better position to show his quality. I totally agree, Marlon Webster. Totally. I think the deeper you play him, the more you're going to cuss. Because he's just not really that type of player. I don't really like to drive forward into a bag of space. I'm actually like operating in the tighter space. Him can just get him like a flicks off and, you know, create space with him first touch and then put someone through or fire a shot or, you know, create something. Yeah. I agree. All right, let's go back to the Jamaica roster. So we did a few players all in one there because they played each other. So the next one on here is Michael Hector, and you see NTE. So that is basically sofa scores unattached. He's still training with the PFA team. I think they still had some friendlies going on up to this weekend just passed. I think Hector and Ravel Morrison are on that team, the PFA Free Agents team. So we're still monitoring, trying to see what can come. I think the window closes on like Friday, so time is ticking down for both of those guys to get their affairs in order. I don't think it's a transfer, so they could still be fine after the window closes to just sign on as a free agent, I'm pretty sure. But I'm sure they would want to be getting into these teams now, to ensure that they'll have a spot to even get in a squad or something like that. So we'll have to keep monitoring Hector's progress, but he has not played a ball or kicked a ball in a real competitive match since this game against Venezuela. So it's tough. It's tough. It's tough. His last 5 appearances were all for Jamaica. I know Jamaica played their last game at the end of June. We're now basically going into September almost. So it's been a little while for Hector, and that's not looking good for him as far as his prospects. But we shall see what this coach thinks. Latiba there, we have checked out starting pretty much a nailed down start at this point, club captain when he plays. So Latiba there, definitely one that should not be should be included based on club form and getting the playing time. Amari Bell, this is one that just the Copa America just came a little too soon for Amari. He has made his comeback though to his club football team. Let me see. The first game of the season against Burnley, he was an unused sub. Then against Portsmouth in the league the next week, I think he started this game, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, he started this game. I think he came off at halftime-ish. No, he played 77 minutes in this one, so that's good. Let's just check out. See, 3 clearance, 1 tackle, 3 for 3. Okay, 74%. Come on, clean that up. Amari 0 for 3 on his long passes, 1 shot off target, 1 for 1 on his dribbles. So that was his first game back after his rough stretch and extended stretch on the sidelines. Let's see. Second game, Preston Luton. They lost this one 1-0. This is the one I think he did play the entire game. Got a 6.3, so not the best score. 1 clearance, 1 interception. He was dribbled past twice though. 3 for 8 on his ground duels, 1 of 1 aerial duels, 67 touches, lose the ball 13. Committed a foul, was fouled twice. 81% passing, not bad. 1 for 5 on his long passes and 1 for 3 on his dribbles attempted for the 6.3. And then in the third league game, they played Preston. Oh no, I just did that one. Then the QPR game in the cup actually was earlier today, or actually yesterday, sorry. And I think Amari may have, he did start, and he was subbed off at halftime. Okay, so probably just a bit of conservation, league coming back into action on the weekend. Amari back from long-term injury, the coach probably not wanting to overextend. Coach could also have one eye to the window, knowing that he'll be doing some traveling, hopefully. So yeah, I think as long as everything goes through in this last weekend of fixtures, I would be more than likely we're going to be seeing Amari Bell in this upcoming squad. Again, not in the best of game fitness and match fitness, but still feel like he can be a part of the squad and do a job at this point in time. So that's Amari Bell trying to, get back to full top peak condition. Not quite there yet, but still working at least, consistently getting the game time, starting matches as well. So that's Amari Bell, one of our left backs. Then Dexter Lembikisa. Now Dexter, another one that I'm a bit worried about in terms of form. This happened on, I believe, Friday of last week, and Nelson Semedo started at right back and Dexter played left back. This was against Arsenal. You see they lost 3-1 in this game. But that was the first minutes for Dexter pretty much since the Copa America. Didn't really see him feature during preseason for Wolves, or anything of that nature. So, a bit worried about his match fitness going into this game. I do feel like Dexter has really proven that he's going to give you decent performances in the Reggae Boy shirt. But, we'll see how much the coach sticks to his script that, we can't really afford to be bringing players that aren't playing. So let's see. Sorry, Nitro. Sorry. Sorry. I can't help it sometimes, I can't help it sometimes. Facts work the best. Ravel looks very fit. Well, that is good. I mean, if it's anybody that can get in touch with the PFA and talk to them is Steve McLaren. So, would it be crazy of McLaren to talk to the people running that program and just ask them, honestly, what is Ravel's condition like? And, if he has been there over these past weeks, which I'm sure he has, I wonder, did he even go and just see that team play? Because he had two potential Jamaicans on it. So might as well go watch them and try to gauge their state of mind and how they're feeling. I wouldn't call Amari Bell right now. Coming back from a long-term injury is not easy. Okay, Big G, that is definitely a shout. Definitely a shout. I just feel like with Lee not playing as much, and I just feel like that time can be split, but maybe there's some left backs out there I'm not thinking about that are eligible now, that we could use, but I'm just not seeing many. But you can let me know, Big G. Few players I noticed recent you should take a look at. Romain Mundle. I know Matthew Bell is the MLS kid. Romain Mundle, though, that's a new name. I will definitely look that up, Marlon. Headley. Jaden Bogle and Jaden Hibbert. Yeah, I was going to talk about Hibbert today when I got back to the keepers that weren't in the Copa squad, and Jaden Bogle is one that I'm still trying to figure out what his status is paperwork. Because Jaden Bogle, if I'm not mistaken, he's a left back, isn't he? Or is he a right back? I know him play full back. I keep up with all Jamaican players very often, so I'm aware of a lot. Yeah, man, Marlon Webster, subscribe, man. You're the type of people I want in the comment section if you keep up with the players, because that's literally what I do as well. I mean, I try to follow all of them and figure out what they're doing and what they've been doing. I love if him and Ravel finds a club ASAP. Yeah. Match sharpness is key. Yeah, Marlon, I'm going to go through the rest of the players in the Copa squad, and then I will pull up their stats as well. Bogle's a right back. Okay. Yeah, I knew it was one of them. Yeah, no, I know he's eligible. I just wonder, like, what's the status of him? Is he attempting to get paperwork? Does he have it? That's all. I was trying to reach out to somebody that said they knew him, but I haven't heard back yet. Andre Brooks, is he available? Now, the correspondence I have received is that Andre Brooks actually could play for Jamaica now. So I don't know. It's from a source that I've gotten information from before. They're not 100%, I will be honest with you, but that's what they told me. Hope Dexter get a club soon. He had good season in Championship and Scottish League and good enough for national team. Wonder if Wolves holding out. Yeah, I'm not sure of their strategy because they're having a right back crisis at the current moment, and I don't even see him getting a sniff. Gary O'Neill didn't even look at him in preseason or anything. So I just don't think Gary O'Neill fancies him, to be honest. Because, I mean, they had Semedo's been out. I saw them bring on a youth the other day. I saw them playing, Doherty's back and he's playing. And I'm just like, wow. Dexter, Kova, and Splat should try and go on loan. Yeah, Kova have a lot of people in front of him because it looked like they want him to be a right back. And they have Justin, them have Pereira can't get a game. And then when you go into midfield now, they just signed Harry Winks, I believe. Or no, they had Harry Winks, them just signed Skip. Them have NDD in the midfield. I have a lot of people in that midfield role, so it's gonna be tough. Baggio, go on. Lats, Bernard Palmer, and J-Lo all playing regularly. Yeah, facts. Those four definitely playing all the time. Probably only watch Liverpool rinse Lembekisa and just said forget it. Well, him could have watched the first game as well, because the first game when that caused the replay, him never get rinse. So stop going so. Energy 867 blessings. Yeah man, big up Bajo. Alright. I'm gonna do this in a while. I'm check the whole dirty likes button. Boy, Donald J I forward and make up noise in my show. Alright, people, 20 likes away from the big bad target of 100. Zine. So doing a job, man. Doing a job. Share the video to some more people because most of them probably click the like button already. So we need some different folks for drop in now. So energy where you miss so far. Well, I cover the U14 victory. Talk briefly about the team. Some players I thought were standouts. Talked about the press conference that they had, virtual press conference that they had. Just talking points from that. Also touched on the game yesterday, the Mount Pleasant versus Arnett game. Talk about Tappa steadying the ship out there. Making the defense look a lot more solid under him. And then we moved right into the Reggae Boyz squad check where we're just going through right now the Copa America squad and just telling you what the player's been up to. We're covering Dexter now, just worried about his lack of game time, what Wolves doing with him, because we see him play under 21 last week and we saw him play a whole season of senior football last year. So we're not sure if the plan for Wolves is to just have him in the under 21 team this season, which to me just wouldn't make much sense. Teams if they don't think he's there for the future, they would want him to be playing professional football so he can be seen by other teams playing in leagues against big men to try to increase his market value. So, I would be very surprised if he doesn't go on a loan move before this window is up. Very, very surprised. I mean, I don't see the sense in them sending him out on loan for a season last year just to have him play PL2 this season. It doesn't make sense. Deshaun Bernard has been playing and starting regularly. If you look at his matches so far, he started all the matches, played 3 in the league, and played this EFL Cup match yesterday as well. So Deshaun Bernard definitely doing his thing. I think in this game he might have come on. Yeah, he came on in this game just to close it out, try to get the victory in the end. Yeah, he came on with about 12 minutes to go. So yeah, he came on, finished that one out. So Deshaun Bernard, doing pretty decent so far. 1 average performance, 2 a little bit above average, and then 1 really good one in the opener, that 4-0 win. Sheffield Wednesday basically won 4-0, then got 4-0. Craziness. Lost 2-0 to Leeds. That was a tough game. Leeds could have really scored more on them as well. And then this game, they killed Grimsby 5-1. Grimsby 5-1. So that is it from Deshaun. I think he's rearing and ready to go. So he's a definite pick for me. Ethan Pinnock is back as well. Played 2 games so far. Started both in the league. I don't think he didn't play today in the cup game at all. Wasn't even on the bench. Just got the rest. Unfortunately, had that own goal in the first game, but still managed to get that 6.6 against Liverpool. He got this 6.7. Let's just look at this game by the numbers. 2 clearances, 1 block shot, 2 interceptions, 1 tackle, 1 time dribble pass. 1 of 2 ground duels, 1 of 4 aerials. 45 touches, only lost it 5 times, 87% passing. That's good. Only went long twice, 1 of 2 on those. I think in this one, the one thing I will say, I thought on Salah's goal, he was guilty a bit of ball watching, because if he had noticed the position that Salah took up, he really didn't have anyone infield to mark, and he just kept inching closer and closer to his centre back partner, just giving more space to Salah. So just in that split moment, I thought he could have had a bit more awareness. Just do that one little glance, do that, like Mick Arteta says, check, constant check your pocket as well, So, yeah. Dexter only played 1 game since Copa. He's back in Wolves Academy. Yeah, man, me know. Jason, you leave out Amari Hutchinson. No, I'm not leave him out, Markland. Is Hallgrimson leave him out of the Copa squad? Because them players they may do right now. So don't blame me. Dexter earned a bench spot. The coach must not rate him. Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, like I said, the first game of the season against Arsenal, they were having literally a right back crisis. The man who them buy for be Semedo cover get injured or wasn't starting, couldn't play. Then them bring up them had I think them have like a Hugo Bueno brother who's really a left back. Him did play right back, and let me just mix and match and figure out who must play. And I'm thinking, yo, Lembikisa can't even make the bench for a game like this. It's not a good look, you know. Thought, yeah, I got excited when I saw Wolves playing. I was like, yo, Dexter must be on the bench today. Nope. Nope. Another one ripped by Liverpool. Big up Rupert still. I would play Lati at right back this window over Dexter due to lack of game time. That's a shout. That's a shout. Marlon Webster, to my knowledge, he wasn't called at all for the Copa. I don't know if that was due to him saying he's not available, so they didn't call him, or that was just coach's decision. I'm not sure. I think there was one time when I think he really wanted him to come, and I think Omari wasn't really down, and I think from that time they just never called him again. And I don't know how true this is, but I have heard rumblings that Hutchinson didn't really see, well, maybe not Hutchinson, but Hutchinson's handlers and Hutchinson himself. There was some kind of break in the communication and the trust between them and Hallgrimson. So I think that's why we kind of never saw him after a while. If Coach Grimmer called Hutchinson straight and him said no, why call him for the Copa? I wouldn't call him either. Yeah, I mean, you know, he called Leon and he didn't have any confirmation. Sorry about that, people. I don't know how I dash on myself a while ago. Big up on you can't get rid of me so easy. You mad? Alright, so Pinnock, back in it. So he should be around for sure. Ethan Pinnock. Alright, so Kevin Lambert, another one that made the squad. Did he play in the Copa America? No, he didn't play at all in the Copa America. I didn't think so. So he's been down since the 3rd of August in terms of he must have an injury or something going on because he hasn't played since the 3rd of August. And I know his team has had plenty of games. So, yeah, that is Kevin Lambert. I would be very, very surprised if this coach went back for Lambert, to be honest. But, you know, you never know. You never know. I mean, it could be a situation where you know that the squad will have to be filled and he might not have the names if he can't get some players overseas over the line, you know? I don't know why these players aren't all notification belled. All right, so moving right along, Karai Anderson. I think he so far, so he played actually on the weekend against Bolton. I think he came off the bench for this one. Yeah, he came on the field in the 87 minutes. So just barely got 3 minutes there. I was looking out to see if we would see Kaheem Dixon on the bench. We did not see him on the bench. So Kaheem still waiting for his first appearance or even time on the bench. He didn't play at all, an unused substitute in a 1-0 win on the 17th. I think he started this cup match. Yeah, he started this cup match and played 66 minutes. And I know he started the first game of the season as well. Would have been this one against Wigan. I'm pretty sure he started this one. Yeah, so he played 90 minutes, got a yellow in this one. So Karai getting good minutes, you know, at least involved starting most of the games he plays except for the last one and was an unused sub before. So honestly, if we're being honest, 4 games so far for his team, and he's taken part in 3 of the 4, starting 2 of them. So not bad. You know, only 3 minutes the last couple of weeks though, and of course they're out of the cup, so they didn't have a game this week. Let's see if he gets the start on the weekend. But Karai, for me, that's enough. I mean, I'm calling him 19 years old. I think he deserves a proper look now under this new manager. Ronaldo Cephas, another one that yet to play football so far. If you look at his stats in 2024, all you're going to see is the Copa America, unused sub, This was the day when he was listed but wasn't actually in the stadium. And since he has not been back in any kind of lineup for them, so still up in the air what CFAS has got going on. Let me see in the comment section. People always seem to have something to say. Yeah, man, hopeful him can day in the squad Friday. I think Hutchison did want to play for Paul Hall, not Coach Grimm. Okay. Yeah, so let's see if McLaren can get that one over the line. Then Dixon wasn't in the youth side either. Yeah, I checked that as well because I saw that their U21 team played. Didn't see him either. Yeah, I don't think he's gonna play for the youth team. I think he's gonna play for the first team, to be honest. But we'll see. I mean, if a couple more weeks go and you don't see him, I'm sure they'll just say, okay, let's just play some football, go and play some U21 games. With Marin around the corner, you never know. All these players are now are Paul players still. Who Coach Grimm recruit? I don't think there was anybody new that he would have recruited. All these players that played under him would have been, Paul Hall would have made the link, I thought. And I can correct me if I'm wrong still, but I don't think he had any player that he actually found or recruited. Yeah, man, energy. Me talk about D-Lowe and Gray already, because remember, I go from defense to attack, so I'm going to get to Lowe, I'm going to start about the Saudi move, I'm not impressed with Karai Anderson. He needs a lot of development, but we are short in that area. Yeah, he's definitely a developmental player currently, but he's further along than a lot of the other midfield options. So, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't see a route back in for CFAS. I think it's going to be tough. He just doesn't have that game. Hasn't been playing games, so it's going to be tough. I mean, has he even been training? I know he put out an Instagram back with the team, but I would think that if he's not in match day squads currently, he's probably just training on his own or something, because he's not in the match day squads. And based on the first lineup when they wanted him, I would think he would have been in the match day squad, but for whatever reason, he's decided to take that stance and not show up and things of that nature. So he's trying to force a move, but hopefully it doesn't backfire on him. I'd rather we use Speedy at this time than Karai. He's still learning and we have better options all over. But you're going to give people PTSD with the Speedy thing, but Speedy is not as bad as people say. I'm going to tell the honest truth. And keep the ball at least. Cephas is a one-trick pony, but with Bailey out, he plays. Wow. So Nitro said, no matter where him there, if him AWOL, Cephas have to be there. Talent and potential is great, but we have to be careful not to sacrifice it for other players. True. Call Cephas until he's... I wouldn't. I think you mean I wouldn't call Cephas. Yeah. Would you call Hector? He played yesterday as part of the PFA group. Team aggressive. I would have to really analyze and see like the defenders that are available, because I know he's been training with the PFA team and he's been playing games against, academy teams and other, male teams that need a friendly. But it's tough. It's tough. Because at the end of the day, when you're a free agent, you can still get signed after the window. So, I'm sure he just want to be secure in his bag. But maybe he thinks coming to Jamaica might help that case. So maybe, I don't know. I don't know if I'd call him though, to be honest. See if I skip training and try to agree a deal with another club, and now he's training by himself. Yeah, exactly. That's normally what happens when you do something like that and it don't work out. You don't get to just train with the team again. You go kick ball with the youngest people, or them the one individual training with you. I would call up J Lo and Russell. They're playing every week. Russell not really playing every week, We're soon. As a matter of fact, since you bring up Russell, I'm not in the Copa squad, but I'll bring him up. So John Russell, 23 years of age now. Matches. All right, so they played a game yesterday. They toppled Sheffield United, so that's a big scalp for them there. John Russell Wow, Gabe Slanina is him keeper. Big keeper them have. Never even realized him gone on loan there. So John Russell came in the 73rd minute. 8 touches, 4 of 7 passes. Lose the ball 3 times, 1 of 1 aerials, 0 for 1 ground duels, had 1 clearance. So not much from Russell there in his 17 minutes. Team did get through though, so that's good. Let's see, how about in the league? So there's another league game. John Russell on the bench. Got more minutes in this one though. 56 minutes he entered. 34 minutes, 22 touches, 76%, 2 for 3 long passes, 3 or 4 ground duels, lost the ball 5 times out of the 22, was fouled once, 1 interception, 2 tackles. So 6.4 off the bench there. All right, in the league trophy match against Man United U21, hopefully he started this one. Yeah, so he started, actually played a more advanced role. Only lasted a half. 24 touches, 71%. 8 possession loss. Yeah, so, I mean, Russell ain't really... Let's see. First, so the second league game, he start this one. So he didn't start this one either. Came on with a lot of minutes though. Put in some decent minutes in that one. First EFL Cup game, he got a 7.3. And he played the whole game, that one. More on the right side a bit. And he did convert his penalty in the shootout. Good passing accuracy, 1 key pass. So probably the best game in play so far in that first EFL Cup game. And then this was the opening game of the season. They went down 2-1. And he came off the bench in this one in the first half, actually. So he played a lot of minutes in this one. 64 minutes, 83%. So not bad. Not bad. His minutes have kind of almost decreased as the season gone. But let's see. He did come on today. Came on in this one as well. So John Russell for me, one that I thought just got a bad rap. I don't know the coach. It wasn't fancied by the coach. I could see this new coach though, with the style he want to implement. I would think Russell would be somebody he'd be calling or thinking about calling. Done Casey Palmer already. Bobby Reed we pretty much know because we follow the Premier League a bit more, but he started both of the games, 75 minutes per game. Not the best score so far. A lot better against Fulham though, his old team. Against Spurs didn't really get the best output, but that's Bobby Reed. I think he has more matches than that too. Yeah. So okay, so they rested him yesterday in the EFL Cup, and they just entered. So those 2 games, but I would say Bobby's in shape and ready to go. Leon Bailey, we don't know what's gonna come of this in terms of is he ready again or not, but he would be somebody that, if available, I would love to see him back. So that's Leon Bailey. Alex Marshall just moved to Mount Pleasant. I think some people were just kind of shocked that he even went to the Copa America. I don't think. Yeah, he came in really late in this game. Got like some seconds. Yeah, well, no, 87 minutes. So him and King got the 3 minutes. Just so that they could say they played at the Copa. So Alex Marshall, for me, one and done in terms of recently with the call-ups. I would not include him in this squad, to be honest with you. Kaheem Dixon, this one is a tricky one. Well, not really tricky, to be honest. The last game in play was against Venezuela. Just made the move to Charlton. I think it would probably be best for him and for Jamaica right now to just let him get into that first team at Charlton. Try to force his way in. Now, this is one that a lot of people have been talking about. This is one that a lot of people been talking about. Shamar Nicholson over at Spartak, unused sub back on the 5th of August. And since then, hasn't even been able to get onto a bench for Spartak. So, they have, since played a bunch of games. They have one more this weekend, but, they have played the 27th, 24th. They played yesterday in the cup. Yeah, they lost. Wow, they got knocked out of the cup. You couldn't, even a game like this, the cup, still couldn't get a look. Them have William Jose and them have the Costa Rican Ugalde. So rough on him right now. But he's not even on the bench. So clearly the coach sees him as surplus to requirements, and he still hasn't sorted out a move. We know that Shamar has been probably our most consistent scorer recently. But, what do you guys think? I mean, is it just to the point where Shamar have to be in the team? Because he's definitely hasn't been playing any football. So what do you guys think? I mean, that's a tough call, but it's a tough call. So yeah, answer that one, people. Should Shamar be there? Demarai we looked at earlier. Start one, bench one. What about him? Mikel Antonio for me started the first 2 games in the Prem. Rested today in the cup game. Was on the bench but didn't even come on at any point. For me, Mikel Antonio definitely is on the squad list. So yeah, that's pretty much the Copa squad. So we're kind of up and down in that one, people. And a lot of them not really getting the required game time that you would love for them to get. Kanaya Boyce Clark, finally getting to be the second string at Reading, but still, needing to get his minutes in the Football League trophy and, other places not necessarily in the league. Waite and Blake, no complaints with them. They're starting. Jonathan Bell and up and down ones, bench a lot, King, not enough football, just played 1 game. Wes Harding, not getting game time. Greg Lee, not starting in the league, but playing in the cup. Damion Lowe, Philly was getting benched towards the end. Only 1 game so far in the Saudi League, but didn't play today. It was an unused sub. Hector, while playing games with the PFA team, not in an actual team. So is that okay? Joel Latipa there, I think he's one of the ones you don't have to worry about. Bell, I heard some say let him skip this window, long-term injury. For me, he's in. Lembe Kisa, will the form he had for us leading up to, the season starting and everything, and what he did in Nations League and to a lesser extent Copa America, is that enough to get him back in this team? We know he's training with Wolves, but definitely not playing the games. Only played 1 PL2 game since the Copa. So that's one that, for me, I'm still picking him, but I would like to hear your thoughts on him. Bernard, that's one you don't have to worry about. Pinnock, for me, you don't have to worry about. Lambert looks to be injured right now since about the early August, so I doubt we see him. Karai Anderson, for me, no brainer. You put him on there. Cephas, tough. I don't think that I would put Cephas on a team based on what he's got going on in his club life. Casey Palmer, for me, is there. Bobby Reed is there. Leon Bailey, if available, I would pick. Alex Marshall, I would say no. Kahib Dixon, I would say no. Shamar Nicholson, I really want to get some guidance. I feel like, he does stuff for Jamaica when he gets there, but, he at least was, even though he wasn't getting all the game time in France at times, he at least was there training and stuff. Spartak, what's the situation? Is he just training by himself? Is he, is he even playing with teammates right now? What is the deal? Demarai Gray, look, I just think he needs to be there. What he offers just the team, and he's fit. Put him on the team. Mikel Antonio, same thing. Fit, call him into the team. That's for me. And he's playing. So it's not like I'm just doing him a favor. He's starting at West Ham still. So call him up. All right. I'm sure people have brought up other names. So we're going to use this last segment to just look at players who weren't in the Copa squad and try to get some background on them. Not Grimmy, but Wall. Yeah, no. I know Wall had a lot to do with the U20 players that we were scouting and U23s. I would call up Jamal Lowe and Russell. Okay, so we did Russell. Let's look up Jamal Lowe now. I think for me, Jamal Lowe is one of the no-brainers in this squad window. Started the season really well with Sheffield Wednesday. I believe he has 2 goals now, to start the season, 1 in the league, and I know he scored 1 in the cup yesterday in this 5-1 win. There's the league goal against Plymouth. So yeah, for me, Jamal Lowe starts. Getting starting time in the Sheffield Wednesday team at striker. That is, I know he can play left and right, but in this setup so far for Sheffield, we have seen him starting matches in the number 9, wearing the number 9. So I don't think we should change that so much. So, if Bowser is not quite up to the level currently, for me, Antonio and Lowe, those would be my top 2 as far as strikers are concerned right now at the current moment. Let me know if there's another striker that you guys think I'm overlooking. I think honorable mention needs to go to this player as well. I was never the biggest fan of him, if I'm being totally honest, prior to him leaving and going to Saprissa. But this guy keeps on being very consistent for his team in Costa Rica. Scored a penalty at the weekend in their 1-0 win. Actually watched a lot of this game against Esteli. Esteli just had a really good game, played well, but East was a threat in that game. Scored a goal in the Central American Cup here, scored another one here. So he's been scoring goals. This is from July up to now, and he has about 3 goals, as you can see. Didn't score in this game against Esteli, but I believe he drew the foul for the penalty in this game to give them the 1. They were down 2-0 and scored that penalty pretty late. But yeah, he's, to me, is a player that has improved immensely from what I remember seeing him. Like, I think the last time he represented Jamaica would have had to have been, I think it was the World Cup qualifiers under Tappa when we went to Mexico. Because I remember, I think it might have been offside in the end, but he missed that easy chance. And I was like, wow. Actually, no, he played again after that. So this is the game when we drew 0-0. I remember this game. Canada. Bobby Reid was basically playing right back with O'Neill Fisher. Like, he literally was just standing by there playing defense. But Javon East did come on in this game. So this is his last appearance for Jamaica. Came on for Bobby Reid in this game. But yeah, I think, if we're trying to, if you're saying Jamal Lowe is a wide forward as well, and you want a little more cover up front, I think Javon East and Javon East can play wide forward as well. So, Javon East, people, don't sleep on him. I'm telling you. Jams Lowe, no-brainer. Javon East, maybe not a no-brainer, but someone they should be thinking about for sure, because he's on form, he's playing, starting. So yeah, we need a complete midfield. I don't think these midfielders good enough. Yeah, we need improvements. Good shout, Marlon Webster. Good shout. This is another name in the goalkeeping department that I believe we should be looking at. Was the best goalkeeper in League 2 last year. Made the move to Stockport County in League 1. And so far, started all 3 of the league matches. He started all 3 league matches, and they have won all 3, and he has not conceded a goal yet. So, just continuing from what he was doing in League 2 last year as well. I believe he was at Crawley Town. So yeah, I think he took them all the way to the playoffs where they eventually lost. But Crawley Town, the year before that was kind of fighting relegation. So I would say a lot of that improvement would go down to Corey and his heroics in the goal. So Corey Adai definitely is quite a giant keeper as well. I think he's 6'7", 6'8". Just a huge imposing figure in the goal, and remarkably good reflexes for somebody so tall. So yeah, good shout there, Marlon Webster. Definitely a player that I agree with they should be looking at. Let me check some of these names that I saw them send me. I think this was Marlon Webster sent this name too, since we're looking at keepers. Jaden Hibbert, spelling it like the long jumper, 20 years of age. I believe he has only really made appearances for Atlanta in the US Open Cup. So this was, what did he got loaned for like a week or something? for more than a week. So he spent a month on loan in the championship with Birmingham Legion. But yeah, predominantly been playing in PL2, or not PL2, but MLS Next. As you can see there, had that month on loan with the Birmingham Legion. Looks like they are kind of like, you know, another feeder team to Atlanta United. Birmingham not too far from Atlanta, so that makes sense. They probably had some kind of goalkeeping crisis at the time, and they came to the Atlanta United 2 to get a goalkeeper for some time, and he played for them through this time period. Looks like they won 2 of the games and lost the next 2. Then he was back to Atlanta United 2, back starting for them. See, he had one incredible game against Inter Miami. Looks like he must have made a bunch of saves there, and just played last weekend. So he's still playing MLS Next Pro. You know, if the front line guys are ready, I think Jaden is one that we just need to keep monitoring at this point. Probably don't need to be calling him in these squads just yet. Agree. Ian Frey is one that I was starting to scout very intensely until he had his last major knee injury. And I know that he's back now for a little while. Let's see, MLS Next Pro. No, we want to see what he's doing in the MLS Next. Or the MLS, sorry. So 7 played, 3 starts. Let's see, overall. So he has been playing some MLS Next. And of course, they had the Leagues Cup going on before that. So Frey. So he came on and played like right wing back. Let's see this last game against Inter Miami. No, he's Inter Miami. So they won this 2-0. He came on at halftime. Did Ian Frey. And Frey came on for Rojas. But I could never this other man play. Let me see. So he must play in like right back or right wing back. 2 clearance, 2 interception, 1 tackle, 3 for 5. To be honest, you know, people, when I give some serious start to Ian Frey, you know, man, can play midfield too. Can play right back. Remember, Dexter not really play. So Ian Frey is one. I got write a little asterisk by him name, you know, cause a long time now, I wonder if him can get into the setup. So Ian Frey. Yeah, it's tough. He can play CDM, that is true. What about Kova, Casanova, Splat, Kean Edwards, Mackay Welsh, Dejane Brown, Tyreek McGee, Tyler Roberts, Jamali Clark, Zane, Man Louis, and see what can they do against the Cuba. But I said, let's call up the whole side there. Remember, we have Honduras in this window too, you know, so we can't just go crazy, you know, boss. We have to try win the 2 games, you know. These games are important for our FIFA ranking, as we need to avoid Costa Rica and Panama in the final round of World Cup qualifying. Is he better than Jordan Cousins? Is Jordan Cousins, where him there? Come on, no, there at Cambridge again. Come on, look for him where they are. I'm still at Cambridge. Yeah, but him not play from season start. From April, the man not play. Yeah, because I just assume him wasn't there anymore. I never seen no man. Every week I look for Cambridge while go on and see if him play. I know I not see him, so I don't know. He's a brother who always injured, you know. Cousins don't play from season start, Len. Boza must come, says Nitro. Demo agree Boza has to be there. Marlon say has to. Tyrese Hall or the Ajax CDM. Yeah, Tyrese Hall is serious. This man is starring up the PL, brother. PL2, I should say. I mean, that made the man them think. Yeah, madman. Tyrese, I think him just score a brace with it. Yeah, the first game of the season, him score a brace. Then them lose 1-0. Them win them football trophy match. Yeah, man, the man end off the season last season, winning everything as well. I mean, scoring all the time. Big deal and cancel, boss. Miles Lewis Kelly. I don't think it's I don't think it's Jamaica, you know. To be honest, you know. I think it's another island. Yeah, so let me show you. Alright, people, I'm not run the show too much longer, you know. One thing these shows always make you realize is a lot of damn Jamaicans out there, you know, people. A lot of them, you know. But this is not one of them. This is Miles Lewis Kelly. And unless I know that transfer market typically only have 2 flags on there. So it could be that he might have Jamaican heritage too, but the Barbados is what's listed on here. So England and Barbados. Man, market value gone to 2 million now. That's just because he played some preseason, you know, brother. That's crazy. Miles Lewis Kelly. Dixon, sit out this one. Boza bench. We need some striker. Ellis Sims, Archer, etc. Or use Jonathan Rowe as striker. Yo, Jonathan Rowe having papers. He's a must. I'm telling you. So let's just go over to the Marseille side of the world, right? Because him dep on the picture, and not because I want to discuss all the foolishness that's been going around. I really just want to talk about Mason Greenwood football. Now, will he be available for this first window? I think we should all just temper that, because more than likely it was a bit too late to get it over the line for this window. But hey, you never know. I'm not going to rule it out completely, but I just feel like it might be too soon, and October would be more realistic for Mason to be there, you know. But you know what he's been doing so far, people. The brace in the first game, equalizing goal in the second game as well against Rem. So yeah, it's been a good start to life in Marseille for Mason Greenwood. He has, I think, 3 goals and 2 assists. Or no assists. How him not give him no assists? He never get one in the first game. Man, I take with the boss assist them, you know. Why them I do that? Transfer market real quick. What time is it now? 7 o'clock. Alright, so we'll have to come off of this shortly, you know. Columbus Philly I play tonight, so I'll take in some of that as well. We may have some time tomorrow, people, so definitely I'm gonna run out with some more content. I think Friday night, due to the fact that the press conference happening Friday with the squad, I'm probably gonna want to do a show Friday night about Jamaica squad. So I might move up the EPL preview show to tomorrow night, people. So tomorrow night will probably be the EPL content, fantasy preview, prediction show, everything. So tomorrow night we're gonna do that, and then Friday night we're gonna dive back into the Reggae Boyz squad members and just talk about the squad selections and try break down how we think it'll look on the field. All right. Yeah, that's what it's going to run for the rest of the week, people. So tomorrow, look out for a night show at some point, evening time. Cause I have training tomorrow. So after that, we'll do a night show, EPL preview. You know my style. Bring up the game, then bring up the recent form with the teams. Jot down some fans and myself predictions, and hopefully one can't knock me off of my perch because I win last week. Yeah. And we'll definitely do the FPL preview as well. Give you my thoughts on what I think going to happen. Thanks again for some subs. I see the subscriber count keep adding. So respect for that, people. Thank you so much. Let me check my other thing when me are big enough for. That is. Oh, we're so close. We're so close. About 7 more away from the target of 100 people. So thanks again for smashing the like button. Some of my friends them I see lately, my brethren Brent there, one there, I see Umzo. And all the man them stop forward over the channel star. What going? Sometimes life do that to people still. Oh, it's 7 o'clock now. Let's realize how late it is. Alright. Before we go, that's Mason Greenwood. Now, this other player right here, Mason Greenwood doing his thing, man. Believe me. Man, I play some good football. Think him gone to a coach with the right mentality for film game too. So Jonathan Rowe is the other player. People might not be so familiar with this one, but he was Norwich player of the season last season. Really played extremely well in the championship last year. Why this thing now? Yeah, this was his season in the championship with Norwich. 12 goals, 2 assists, basically a 7 out of 10 every game. And then this season now only made 1 appearance so far. Came off the bench in this one. But yeah, looking forward to see what he can bring. Only 21 years of age. But this player, based on what I have heard, is pretty much good to go already. So, coach, give him a look. I tell you the truth, coach. Give him a look. Look like he can be a very good player. Market value at 9 million. So I'll go on. You can't see the screen? Why? Oh, I did mess up for a second. Alright, this is Jonathan. So it I say England pan here, don't say nothing else. But I chew them not know. This is not the end all be all, people, so don't follow this all the time. But it is a nice reference point because they usually add the info once they get it. So you see 2 citizenship right there. 1 cap, not enough to cap time England move. Not bother with it. Yeah, man. So I believe McLaren working on this one as we speak, people. Just to make sure it can go on, Alright, let me find back what we did there. So I'll run through the comments and then we'll probably go forward off. So many players. I need to just devote the whole show to that. Oh, Gennaro Johnson, is that the young man that's at Bayern Munich? Or not Bayern Munich, young Ajax. That's what I meant to say. Let's see what I want. Gennaro Johnson. Still I play youth league. 17. CDM though. So he was in training with the U17 Netherlands, but he never actually get a cap. Them man you could have get for U20 and not call him, How would that make sense? How would that make sense? Gonna tell me that. How would that make sense? Yeah, man, I see him forward on. right up front. And him no look out of place. I thought him see him blaze past the centre back. Dexter call, but bench can work with that. Both have them passport. Jamaica team a joke. We need midfield and have them man there and them fraud for carry them in. I tell you. Where said that are the future, General Johnson. Yeah man, we see some clippings of the baller, man. You know that Dutch technique, you know? Yeah, Cousins not even, I don't know. I must injure him, man. Because I'm always a play when him fit for the team there. So me just think him injured. Must. Yeah, we looked up Korea Die. I think he's very good. Yeah, this young man, yo, me don't know how me never know about him, you know, brother. The other day, me I pre some highlights and thing, and I say, yo, when you hear the man say him name, I say, no, the same you, this them they tell me about. But how you spell him name though? I think it's Dujan, like whisper one. Or Dujian, how it go? Let me just put brown. Right, that's so much brown. Alright, D Brown. 39. I must can't find him now. All of youth I you know. Play under 17 World Cup for USA, you know. Tahir Reed Brown. Yeah man, him there Orlando. No say that youth they would have played for Jamaica. Do it that way, yeah. Darby County. Dajan. Not score it. Get an assist in the cup though. Think him play today. So I just that alone I want to show, man. So I just cut ball in place so far though. Darby County. So I'm not get no running in the championship. I try breaking. Playing at the Carabao. Oh, them lose yesterday. And Pens. See if I make the bench in the league though. Alright, so I met the bench in the 3 league game them. Then play the 2 cup game them. Alright, not so bad. Only 18 still. Why him never play for Jamaica U-20? Can anybody tell me? No. Big up Pristine. Respect. Bless up Jeremiah. I would call D-Lowe in because I think we'll have some shortage. Antonio on 10. Oh, Antonio on 10. Free has been playing well, just been unfortunate because the CBs in his position are very good. DPs. Dejan Sterling and Reese Nelson. Well, Reese Mano would probably love to be playing more. You know, Arsenal is my team, so I know everything Reese got going on now. Let's check on Dejan Sterling, though. So he made 2 appearances so far in the Cup, or in the Premiership. 2 appearances in the Champions League qualifying. And the League Cup, he made 1 appearance starting the League Cup. So, like most of our ballers, the league games, coming off the bench for the most part. Go to all competitions. So 19 minutes, 22 minutes in the qualifying for Champions League, which I didn't get through. Premiership, wasn't in the squad the first game. Then 34 minutes in the second. Played 90 in the most recent league game, which was this weekend. Played DM in that game and played DM again in the Cup for 90 minutes last weekend. So 2 games under his belt playing 90 minutes at DM. That's enough for me, people. Call him. Call him. Call him up. Call him up right now. Yes, call him. They even played Busquets at CB. Think he needs a move. Was playing CB before they moved him to right back. Yeah, no, I think that Martino see him as a midfielder or a right back. That's the only place I see him playing there. He wasn't playing CB under Martino. So which stats may I read and I never see? Every time I never see it on the screen. I don't know. So I can't see what me I see. Yeah, so that. This must have been before. I think I did mess up with one of them or something. I don't know. Maybe I was just reading it and not showing it. I'm not sure. Travis, every time we do them video, you come with the same thing. I don't want to pick the player them, brother. I don't want to pick the player them. I just want the people them to know who playing. No. You understand? That's all. Tyreek Mitchell. I'm not sure about Mitchell, you know. Me I watch him as a player when me a scout, but you know makes sense. Me get my hopes up and showing up on the screen with Tyreek Mitchell. I don't know where in the process Tyreek Mitchell there. You know, I would love for him to be further along or ready to pick because I would pick him for sure. Tyrese Hall and the CDM at Ajax is the man. Facts. So Hall having passport. You know, someone that call Tyrese Hall? No. Yeah, man, I would. Check Google. All right, let me check Google. Man, them say, yo, me check everything, you know. Miles Lewis Skelly, Jamaican heritage. Grandparents are of mixed Caribbean heritage. Barbados, Guyana, Jamaica, and St. Lucia. Backside. Man could have played for everybody in the Caribbean. Well, I didn't know the parents wasn't Jamaican, but yeah, one of his grandparents is true. Miles Lewis Skelly walking our midfield today. That may I tell you. And if him forward, him can start a left back too. Conrad, don't it gonna be, you know? Who? Gennaro Johnson? Baller. Big baller. Louis Kelly trained with the Barbados youth team. If he played for them and then England, then I don't think he can rep us. As long as his youth level, him could have played for 17 different teams, brother. It no matter. If he never get a bad injury in the last part of the season, our City would have be in the EPL right now. Facts. They must doing incredible before him injury. Few players I said before: Adai, Mundle, Archer, Matthew Bell, Headley, Jaden Bogle. Can you show these players? I showed Adai. Mundle. I don't even know who Mundle is. I've never heard of this Mundle fellow. That's hard to do, you know, man. For me, not know a player at all. Romain Mundle, 21 years of age. Is this the guy you're talking? Another right winger. All right, we have 77 million right winger. 3 appearances, 1 goal. Very good. I like that. 1 appearance in the cup. So Mundle is a player we would have to get paperwork for him because it don't look like him have nothing. Very much so. Very much so. And yes, he is a baller. All right, which other player you say? Matthew Bell. Okay, this is the youth we just get drafted for there. 1 appearance so far in the MLS. Playing a whole bunch in the MLS next. 19 appearance, 4 goals, 1 assist. So doing extremely well in the next. Not quite able to break into the MLS team though. So I'm not really sure if that would have warranted him, you know? Real Mona, what you mean? My place. Some value go up still. That's good. And get 1% of the minutes in the MLS. And a whole heap in the MLS next. So it look like them still develop him some more, you know? And them draft him and them would have probably hope him could have given him something this year. So Bell needs some time. Archer, I don't even have to look him up. Archer for sure. If Archer have any kind of paperwork, call him right away. Right away. So Jaden Bogle, I know this player as well from before. I remember when he was in the Prem. I think he's in the Championship now though. If he's still okay, he's at Leeds. Yeah, so I just saw him playing the other day when they were playing Sheffield Wednesday actually, because I wanted to watch Lowe and Bernard. So him start every game so far for Leeds. I think he came from Sheffield United, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, that's the game I watched actually, Sheffield Wednesday. I didn't watch all of it, but at least about 60 minutes of it. Yeah, so Jaden Bogle, how old him is now? 24. Not bad. Not a bad age at all. Well, Mr. Bogle, if you want forward, you know, speak now. Cataract will be happy. A Leeds player. Headley. I don't know which Headley you talk. Yeah, I heard the same thing, Len. But at the source where I wouldn't say that source says 100. So may I go and wait a little bit. But yeah, he definitely has heritage to play for us, Demo. I don't know if he have papers yet, but he can. I know, Travis. I know only 23 can get pick pass. I know. Yeah, I think Rowe would be excellent. You get the 2 ball of them from Marseille. Yeah, man. That would be lovely. Okay, Lawrence is the kid I was thinking about from Bayern in my head. Okay, he's in Austria. Okay. Okay, so he did actually play. Okay, I figured he just was like in a camp, or maybe he played, but it wasn't like a registered game. Because that's normally when you see it listed and they don't put it like that. It's like, yeah, they played an actual game, but it wasn't like a internet, like it was just a game that was set up to play. You know, it wasn't like, you know, a registered game, as I say. Yeah, it's just not registered exactly. Yeah, he's a brother. The man is at CDM playing CDM at Ajax, bro. I don't care if he's U10. Bring him. Yeah, bro. There's a lot of youth out there that's like on the come up. Yeah, me look Pam Brown. Friday I get that energy. And that makes sense. Me pick 11. I mean, I know who they in the squad. Jamaica the first for which baller? Probably gone, left him already now. Who we did do before this? Mundle never have none of them. Which player did attack? J-Ro. Alright. Him not even have Jamaica upon it. Which baller you attack? Big league. Couldn't Mason, because I see Mason there second with the Jamaica thing. See? Let me see if you say which baller you attack. Oh, you talk about Brown. Let me see if a Brown did that talk about. Because if that's the case, yeah, I think the Jamaica flag is there above. Yeah, it switch. Yeah. See it there? Yeah, man, a real thing, man. Man was ready for the U20, bro. But Friday, I get that energy. Friday. And them time, I Travis have a cuss. No care which squad of Jamaica football team is named, fans on YouTube, local and overseas will never please with the selection. Yeah, well, you know, I'm going to analyze the squad when it pick, you know, Travis. It's a part of life, you know. You just not agree with that part of life. That's all. I don't see nothing wrong with that, brother. The conversation needs to be had at all times, before and when it drop and everything. Because people interested in it, you know. But this is true, Len. Suriname adding 2 good players, like sometimes them all had 3-4 in the window. So once them really and truly sort out themselves, they're gonna be a problem. I'm telling you. You know, can go and make fun of them and everything. I'm telling you, people, they're getting quality in. I believe that some of these people in JFF believe that if some of these young players from England who can play for Jamaica team, if they come, none of them will never make a food. Sadly, I do believe they think that like it's blocking players from getting there, you know, but I just think it's going to make the resources add so those players can get better development, and then they won't even have to be here anymore. They'll just go and earn a food another way. We just want to force the national team as the only food making way, but that's not the truth. You can make food in football without national team. Even like I don't know why that became the only way in people's mind. A late bid for Nelson. I need Reese to leave, bro. I need Reese to leave. To be honest, Reese, I'm a ball. I love Reese and thing, but Him now get enough chances at Arsenal this year. A league where I go for, and Arteta don't have him side set. Reese will get beer 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and them thing there. I need to play more than that. Marlon, the coach know about the coach. This coach know about the player. Them I can assure you that. See all them thing, you know. All them thing, yeah. Uno watch the U whatever the other day. U20. Wanna see striker in there good like that brown boy, yeah? Any striker? No. The man now mash up a thing, big deal then. Arsenal pay him well. Only speed I know of this JFF is a part of a JPL club. Stop spreading false narrative on YouTube about JFF against heritage players born England. TikTok. Al Grimson crew said they had all eligible Jamaicans in their database. That they didn't call them, there might be a good reason. Remember, Kadamar theory, not all players eligible for Jamaica want to play. TikTok, not surprised that that is your first comment today. Makes sense. You know, say Nico Riley break in Man City first team, JFF a joke. His name is Gennaro Johnson. Gennaro Johnson. Look him up. Friday, Big G. Friday press conference, them say Friday. So Friday night, we'll do a squad reveal show breakdown, you know? Yeah, man. So tomorrow night, we'll do the EPL content, Big G. Cranky Live, what go on? I wouldn't normally stream them time, you know, but they make your head hot yesterday. So I know say you never did a stream, and tonight more want some family time. All the married people know what that means. Family time, you know? Yeah, I need to be free from YouTube later. It's time to put in some different work. If you get a job as JFF, their spokesperson. Lowe TikTok, man. TikTok now want to work for JFF. He just want to work with the JFF, you know? Not for them, but with them. So many top players out there and people pushing for some players that should never be here. Grimace squads were a disgrace. We have midfield privacy. I think Jamaica big team make them go and joke around and see the future. The man them breaking the senior team, them gone, same so we joke with Hutchinson. Facts, because it happens like that, people. You're quitting for a minute and the man them play first team and them say, yo. And so for scoring a transfer market, which one? What I must look up on SofaScore, Marlon Webster. Let me know. 8 a.m. J time, have a good feeling, Gibbs White. Yeah, I do too, Nitro, because Lee Carsley's a huge fan of him. And him just score one day and him a do him thing from last year. So Marlon, you want me to go back and show more stats again, brother? Come on, bro. I show a million stats already, brother. Give me a chance now, man, if you don't have the show. Please. Bogle better than Aaron's, in my opinion. I would say it's about even with them two, you know, to be honest, you know. I'm see Bogle. The only thing I'll say is Bogle more consistently play. Because Aaron's need to leave Bournemouth, brother. Them keep on buying different right back. Them just bring in the Mexican. They had somebody playing over him last year. So it's like, what, third choice now at right back for them? So, yeah. But yeah, that's why I'm like to them show, you know. I learn about some player to them. I never know the player Mundle from. I never know about Mundle at all. And then Headley. Marlon, let me know what's Headley first name. Because I will if I Headley, me see how I'll look it up. Yeah, man, I saw the thing for go, man. Research in real time, you know. See me I do research for Uno. I'm gonna get my own. I learn something myself. Cost about what? I won't be going to the match at the stadium because YouTube is so toxic and biased on one side towards only heritage. Travis, stop going, someone. Me as a person will put out all kind of content, brother. Me stream the match. Me stream the Arnett final. Me forward on and talk about Jamaica U14 team when we do have one heritage player upon it. Me talk about Tappa and Arnett yesterday. Them not have no overseas ball upon the team them. I be a Jamaican play for them team you know. So I understand that you think some people out there one-sided and thing, but who all right? Well, maybe people in the comments here cuss still. I don't know. But me know on me, you just put at Jason Gooner still. So that's why I think of me attack. I said John O'Star. Oh, if I say me no balance, brother. People always beat me, say me give too much time to certain player and not enough time to them player and blah blah blah. Yeah, me notice now big league had enough as a whole comment me I look on. Learn to be Jamaican football team supporters. There need to be no negativity around the squad leading up to a competition. Questions after, maybe. Now, this I can agree with a bit TikTok. I agree. Friday when the squad drop, make sense. We say, yo, have this man in the team and that man in the team. I agree that should forward after when we do the assessment after. You see me? But you see, because people want to say, I told you so, people are gonna do that TikTok. You must know the nature of people. The more people know you, me did know before you, I mean, me did say this before you, So that's why you go always hear people that say who them upset about and who them not upset about. But more you watch TikTok, the people them will have problems with certain people in the squad and then we turn around and them do well. See if them say my bad and put them hand up. That is the true mark of them. Because if we analyze things, people must have a thought about it when it drop on TikTok. But me agree it need to be. It can't be like, yo, me now watch your side again, because look on them and them with them pick and ray. Because nothing will happen. Any side we pick, me go watch the game, regardless, So I can cuss and go on like madman all I want, but still I go watch the damn game. So what's the point? Just watch the game and then you come with your, you follow with the thing. But that's the reason why TikTok. People want to say I told you so after. So them give you them take on the squad. Okay, I'm read that already. So Algrim says read or to change his mind. Rumored, Jeremiah, rumored. I will not put that out there because I don't want to get sued for making up things, but I've heard that narrative before from reputable folks as well that have somewhat of a in to the news and the things. You understand? Quota and xenophobia is of no benefit, I believe that should say. Yeah, man, Ramsdale gone, man. Ramsdale gone. Thank you. Jaheim Headley, thank you. I do some research on that player there. I don't know him. And I'm going to research Montel as well. Like I actually do some digging and try sort out, talk to some people involved with them clubs and them things. Like I've never heard about these people. Bam, 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 bam. Thanks for that news, TikTok. Alana Reid, daughter of former national footballer Garfield. No, say that man never get a jacket. She favor him. So yeah, man, big up to Alana. Big up to Alana. Congrats. Big things that, man. World U20 champion. Big up, big up, big up, big up. We said, this is work we need to see. Yeah, man, I work me put in, man. Yeah, man. Caribbean athletes 1, 2, 3. Yeah, man, I owe a thing that, You hear that Caribbean rivers and seas? I owe a place first, second, and third, Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm gonna find out the race if you watch now. I wouldn't be surprised if Amari get called up for the 3 kittens tomorrow. No, I don't think so. Markland. I think Gibbs White, I would be more checking for. I don't believe Amari gonna be in that team, honestly. Now they may call him for the U21s or something for England, but I don't think he'll make the first team. But We'll see. We'll see. They have a lot of people in those areas, you know, man. Anyhow, people, almost you know, a whole extra hour. I try to show everybody stats. Marlon Webster, I apologize, brother. I couldn't go back through the stats again and take my time, and it was just a lot of names to go through. And you don't know, we don't, as my good friend JD, we Max always tell me, don't sleep on YouTube. So we're not going to sleep on YouTube, people. So big up on yourself. Thanks to everybody who stuck around for the entirety of the show. I know some of you have been commented right throughout, all those who came in a bit later. Make sure to rewind the video, check the rest of the content. We had some very informative stuff in the first hour as well. Second hour, we took just looking at the squad, trying to figure out, you know, are these players even playing enough football to get called to this team? I'm not sure, but we're going to see. Friday, Judgment Day is arriving soon as terms of the squad release. So we'll be glued to that press conference and see what happens. I will be forwarding out that night because I'm sure it'll be during the day, but I'll be busy during the day that day. So in the night, that night, I will forward Black and we do a nice content live discussion where we talk about the squad. Probably pull up my squad builder on the screen and we can try to put some teams together. Energy 876, I will give you my 11 then that I would like to see for the game. But yeah, we'll just do that after we get the name so we can actually put our 11 together and try to make sense of everything. So look forward to that one, people. And also tomorrow night, we'll switch gears a bit and we're going to go to the EPL content. We're going to do our weekly preview show. We're going to touch on some FPL news and show you guys a preview of what my team going to look like. No, that's not true, people. And I can't see. I'm not going to see the team after the week done, right? But yeah, we will get into that. Just give you some ideas as far as that is concerned. Show you where I'm doing in my FPL. And also, we're going to definitely do the prediction part of the show as well, where I take on some of those in the comment section who want to be a part of the weekly prediction roundup. All right. So big up to everyone that passed through. Thanks so much for the support. Let me check my like target and see if I made it. Woo! Thank you, people. Thank you, people. It always feels good when you set a show, you set a goal, and you attain your goals, people. So thank you. Without your help, that couldn't have happened. So respect for the 100 likes, people. You don't know if the people you know never know this show happen. We have to make them know, people. So I'm gonna share the video around, people. Let people know, say, yeah, he's another person in the space bringing you the content, bringing you factual information. Yes, at times we have conjecture. If you don't know what that means, look it up. But most of the time we are bringing you the facts mixed with the analysis. Seen? So people, thanks again for all the support. Thanks for all the kind words in the comment section as well. Energy say good show. Man says someone lazy. Yeah, man, someone lazy for real, man. Great show, bro. Best up yourself and the family. Respect. I will let the family know that they're receiving blessings from the YouTube fans. All right. Yeah, I'm not gonna highlight the Caribbean Seas comment there, but me see it. Me see what you say, people. Yeah, me see what you say. All right, people. Big up on yourself and thanks for the support again, people. Look out tomorrow night for the EPL content. You don't know me. Well, I won't say I'm the only one in the space doing it, but I'm probably the most consistent one in the space of the Jamaican people them that will give you the EPL content on the weekend them zine. So look out for that tomorrow, and then Friday we're back with the Jamaica squad content. All right. So big up on yourself and thanks again for the support. Jason Gooner TV. We're out of the building, people. We're gonna go watch some Alana read up, mash up the place, and MLS game start. So we're gonna check on Blakey as well. So big up on yourself, people. More football to watch, more things to do, more people for scout. Yeah, man. Work never stop, people. Big up. I don't know how the people them not give me money yet, but one day. Big up on yourself, people. Blessings.